Sitting around the ballroom, they're talking about tomorrow when they're taking Johnny away. Said he wasn't no good, never done the things that he should. That's all the judge had to say. He went in the army when he was 18. Crazy young Irish and mean. Took a kid who was half gone all the way to be wrong with bloodlust and them 16s. His father, he thanks us for coming. Bartender whispers something.
All right. We are back in action. So, unbelievable night. Before we get to that, I just wanted to say something real quick, and obviously this is a fucking comedy show. That said, that whole fucking main shit was very fucked up, obviously.
Yeah,
you know
terrible.
That. I just wanted to give a shout out because, you know, I think a lot of people know a lot of people listen to the show are ex-Dog Coast listeners. I was really highly involved in the cornhole community. I am very good friends with the guy who runs Maniacs Cornhole, which that is one of their leagues. So I reached out to him. He was, you know, he's obviously, they're all a mess. They lost, I think, 6 players, I think. I haven't caught up with everything. It was a busy weekend for us, too, obviously. I gave to a couple of the GoFundMes. You know, we're not here to fucking litigate gun laws in America. I don't really think you need an AR-15 to be, you know, in Maine, but that's fine. Whatever. I'm not going to make any friends
Either way,
with
it's
that.
a terrible loss of life.
Either way, it's an awful,
senseless loss of life.
horrible, senseless, awful fucking thing. You know what I mean? So I am, like I said, I gave to a couple of GoFundMes. I'm going to comb through it tonight to get through a few more. And I'll talk to my buddy John Clark, who runs Maniac. So we'll see. There might be, I don't know if like how they're going to do the fundraising and everything. I think they're doing pretty well with it. But if they need any help, we might help out and might even like get with Donnie and Pat and see if they want to do a Dogcast episode or something like that to help out with it. We'll see. Anything we need, anything they need, I'm saying,
Yep.
I will do. We will do. It's absolutely fucking horrific, and obviously it was even more fucked up that it's like close to home and like that bar that the guy walked into. Like I've watched live streams from my friends playing there. You know, like McCracken's been up there, and like you know, there's no place worse to get like in a situation like that than on a cornhole court because there ain't nowhere to go, and you're basically be tripping over fucking boards the entire time. So, anyways, absolutely horrible, the fucking worst shit in the world. So, that said, like I said, we will do anything we can to help that out, and shout out to all my people in Maine, in the Maniacs. They're fucking great people. John Clark, Clavette, Lance Rogers, Beth Rogers, all the people that I know and love up there. So anyways, that's that. Let's move on to something cool. You know?
This is just a little, to lighten it up a little bit. There was a few people I know. I think Maki Berry did it. I think you might have did it. My sister Darcy definitely did it. But they were sharing like the page of Maniacs. First off, dope logo.
It's unbelievable.
Right?
Yeah, I have it as my profile picture right now.
Okay, so it's a dope logo, but I don't know if I'm just completely fucking stupid, but when I first read the word Maniacs, I was pronouncing it like it was a Spanish word, and I had no idea. It was like Manakias or something like that. I was like, what the fuck is a Manakia?
You're living that life.
Yeah, and that was like the first thing that came to it. And then it clicked like literally 2 hours later. I was like, you dumbass.
Yeah.
Like, that's the cornhole people up there. So if you hear me calling you a manaka or whatever, fucking, I apologize. You maniacs, you guys are good people.
Can you do me a favor, Fitzy, behind you, there's that space heater. Just press the power button and it will eventually go off. That button, just press that, it'll go off. All right, cool. The party.
Oh, what a night.
First of all, thank you to every fucking person who came out. It was
What a fucking
absolutely unbelievable.
We raised a bunch of money for a good family.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you, like, bunch of money. We're still figuring all the numbers out, but like it was a substantial amount of money, and it was because of everybody who came.
The best though was the fact that, and I guess we could say it now. It was for a buddy of ours now, but good friend of mine, my daughter's godfather, got a little sick, and they really could just use the money. I think we were all in agreement pretty early, like when we were gonna raise the money for it. But he was having such a grand old time. He came up on stage when we announced his name, and he thought he won cornhole boards. And he's like, yeah, we got some cornhole boards. And his wife, Julie, was like, are you fucking stupid? No, we got the money that was donated. So it was actually a great reaction. It was everything I could have.
And it's funny,
envisioned.
I
feel like
I mean,
not close.
It's one of those things you don't, and everybody's the same way. It's like you kind of feel weird taking the money, right, and stuff like that, right? Everybody feels that way, I think, and I've seen it. We did it.
Happened to me.
Yeah, exactly. It happened to you. It happened to Josh and his wife when she got sick a few years back. And like
Timmy
I said to
last
him,
year,
I'm like,
Timmy
just
Kelly
hey,
last
I'm
year.
like, dude, you might need the money at some point, and you're gonna have bills for medical bills and stuff, and like that shit. Taking time off to get fucking chemo or whatever's going on with you, and then the money on top of it that you're paying and the things you're missing out on, like these are all like fucking, these are all time and they cost money. So
Right.
everybody could use a little help every once in a while. We know that. So we're very glad to do it. Now, I want to issue a formal apology and extension of an olive branch. I don't know if it's really an olive branch in the situation, but so I was like, me and Fitzy were talking before you came in here. It's a fucking whirlwind in there when you're hosting this thing,
Yeah.
right? You're getting pulled in like Bobby Canary said, you were trying to tell me and Mark Fitz, I was trying to tell him and Mark Fitz a story, and every 4 seconds somebody was coming over and like grabbing my attention. So I didn't get to really look at everybody's costume, and we had at least 70 more people there this year than we did last year.
Easily.
It was fucking packed.
It was packed, okay? We gave the best costume to Amanda Derbyshire, right?
For a girl, yep.
And who did we give it to for a guy?
Trevor Tango.
Trevor Tango.
Yep.
Okay. Now, what we did not do
Group
is
costumes.
is the special couples costume that I'm issuing right now. New category. Call it like a revision. I'm a revisionist. Only of costume parties, not of anything else. Not of 9/11.
not history.
Not 9/11 or history. I'm a costume party revisionist. Kevin O'Neill and his wife. I did not see the well.
Oh my God.
Okay, so Kevin O'Neill went as
Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo
Bill from
Silence
Sounds of the Lambs.
Lambs.
So he came in. I saw him because I love him. I was talking to him for a minute, but I didn't. And I saw his wife Corey, but I didn't see the well that he built.
Yeah.
She sat in the well while he's like dangling the bucket with the lotion in it.
Yeah.
They win best couples costume, which is the grand prize, which means that me, Danny, Fitzy, and our significant others are going to take them out to 621 for dinner and beers.
Fucking go.
How's that sound?
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's a fucking better than a gift card.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Way better.
Yeah, exactly. But Amanda Derbyshire was great. She was Beetlejuice.
Yep.
Yep.
She looked awesome. She had a great costume. She was pumped to have won.
Yep.
Ecstatic. Tangos were amazing as a group costume.
Yeah.
Sopranos.
They were, I mean, to me, right? Like I looked up, Trevor was Christopher Moltisanti, and he had the dog on his ass from when he stepped on him. And I thought it was the funniest thing ever until I saw Bobby Bacala walk in with the railroad hat.
Yeah, it's
and I
unbelievable.
lost it.
Yeah.
So like again, we're waiting on. Well, I'll let you get to it, but the photographer, their team was fucking dynamite. There's going to be so many pictures that we're going to put up. It's going to take a couple days. It was real professional shit. It wasn't your average iPhone stuff.
All right, let's start at the beginning, though, because this is just going to be a recap
Please.
show of this whole thing.
Please.
So me and Danny get to the Irish American. Fitzy was on the back of a milk carton for the day. That's fine.
I mean, you want to talk about wow, buddy.
Yeah, well, listen, hey, we're gonna cover it
Listen,
all.
Fashionably late.
Fashionably
is
late.
the way I do
Yeah.
it. Right?
Listen, you know what? This is called ultimate ownership. Like Jocko Willnick, the SEAL guy. I didn't set any parameters. This falls on me.
Yeah.
That's what a true leader does. He recognizes his own shortcomings in issuing what is expected of. And it was fine. We're joking around.
Are we though?
Well,
We
we're gonna
are,
find
because
out.
I asked. I
Well,
said,
we're gonna
when do you
this is a
need
long-
me? We're going to call out every shortcoming
Exactly.
of everyone.
Every
Today,
shortcoming.
we're going to get into the fucking nitty gritty of the party.
Good
The mud.
Lord.
And if
We're getting the
all I
mud.
did was show up a little bit late,
A little bit late.
I can
a little
own
bit
that.
late. A little bit late, bud.
What time did I walk through the doors?
I don't know. You were there, I think, Sunday, and the party was fucking Friday.
You were there for the Spanish wedding the next
Yeah.
day.
You guys were so pissed. Danny was pissed when he saw me doing a shot in front of the IA.
I'm like, buddy.
Buddy, you're supposed to be here already. You're doing a shot now of Diamond Tap?
Hey,
It was purple McGillicuddy's.
Listen,
I'm sitting there. I remember us blowing up balloons, doing what we're supposed to do, decorating this place. Shout
I'm
out to
just doing a
Insulation
shot.
Sean, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah, insulation. Sean's the man.
so we're doing this, and like casually, Brendan's like, "Hey,
Fitzy?
hey, is anyone have you heard from Fitzy yet? And I'm like, no, let's message him. And this is at like 3:30, right?
Oh yeah, whatever. 4 o'clock.
3:30. I'm gonna say 3:30. It sounds better. 3:30, and it didn't happen yet. And then I'm like, it's 4:45. I gotta go get changed. Still no sign of Fitzy. When I leave to come back, I come back. Now this is me dealing with a Puerto Rican woman. I leave, come back on time. I'm here.
Yeah, which was amazing.
On time. I come back at 6. The party started at 7. Still no Fitzy. What's Brendan doing? Sweating. Maggie's there, dressed to the gills. Party still doesn't start yet. So we get there, 7 o'clock, 7:30, 7:45, maybe 8 o'clock.
They had Uber problems.
Uber problems.
My Uber, so Uber, fuck Uber.
That's the fraud of the week.
So my wife booked an Uber for 7 p.m.
I never knew you could
She did it 4 hours
Yeah,
in
you
advance.
can
you can do
pre-book an Uber. Yeah.
Uber XL, because we had me, Evan and his wife, Lewis and his wife, Evan's brother-in-law. So there's 6 of us coming in the Uber. Melissa books it at 4 p.m. for 7 on the dot. My kids had shit going on.
Yep.
You know what I
You
mean?
told me this already.
Yeah,
I knew
you
this.
guys knew this.
I knew this.
So I'd say 6:40, 6:45. The Uber says on the app, I'm coming at like 7:15. We're like, we booked you for 7 4 hours ago.
Sure.
You should have planned this shit out, right?
right.
So she calls and we go, hey, can we cancel this? We tried to cancel through the app and it's going to charge us $28 to cancel, even though y'all late. No hablo inglés.
Oh God.
I was
on?
like,
Why? You think that was like a ruse?
no, I have no idea, but that's what the lady said. The Uber driver was like, I don't speak English. So I'm like, all right, so what are we supposed to do? All right, we're going to cancel that one. We book another one that's going to be here in 8 minutes. And that's what we had to do. So now I feel like we got to like dispute those charges.
Yeah, you do. You
right?
do. Yeah.
$28 charge.
Yeah,
for
they'll give you
canceling
that
the
money
Uber.
back.
crazy.
They'll give you that money
I was
back.
dumbfounded when this happened.
It's gonna be like me with Venmo though. You're gonna be talking to the fucking internet for like.
That's what I mean. Venmo, Uber, they're all
Yeah.
huge companies, and there's no one there.
Yeah.
It's all AI running this
Exactly. Real quick though, but what I wanted to get into was that early on, your cousin Bridget came in.
Oh yeah.
She made us custom pulling the cork like
Cookies.
Cookies.
from this, like they were ridiculous from like
Very
a
good.
professional place, obviously. And then she got us these like stones. By the way, free ad, Peebles Pebbles. I don't know what these people are out of. This fucking thing is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So she got us like
all custom, hand painted.
6 or something, 7 of them or whatever.
I think it was more.
Yeah, maybe 8. I have a few more in the car. I think I gave one. We could have one in the garage box, so I gave one to Josh yesterday. We got in there, and the place filled up very fast.
Yes, but that being said, the same thing that happened last year is the same thing that happened this year. I think when I throw a party at 7 o'clock, everyone's there at 7 o'clock. It's not the case.
No.
I would say, I think the first people there were Jeff and Jen Turner, right? Showed up.
They get like attendee of the year award.
Yeah.
They were like the first ones there. It was nice. They loosened it up.
But I want to say around 7:30 it started to, that's when people are like, all right, we'll come in now. And I get it. Everyone loves to be fashionably late, right, Fitz?
I sure do.
Awesome. So I just always had this like stress ball of like no one loves us.
Yeah, you're at your party and no one
Freaking
shows
out.
up.
Yeah. So I
Get no presents.
and like you just had 2 bartenders there just twiddling their fingers. I'm like, this is a total waste. Happened to me last year too. And then like the floodgates opened and it was just like it was like when Wayne and Goth did Wayne Stock. And then they were like, if you build it, they will come type of shit. That's exactly what happened. And then it was mayhem after that. I've done a bunch of parties there behind the bar. I'm not going to tell you how much we raised. The bar raised, but it was the most I've ever heard of. And that's no word of a lie.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you that
what a
because I'm
bunch
the
of
one,
degenerates.
because
Crazy.
as late as Fitzy was to the party, I was really a man on an island cleaning that place up. Just gonna say that.
Well, I had
Let's
bigger
get off my back for a second.
no chance. I had bigger issues. I had a puking woman that I had to gather home.
Okay. Let me ask you a question though, because it was about an hour and a half of cleaning up.
You know who did help out?
Well, I have a question for you. All right, let's just now
Who was
let's
puking?
litigate this.
What's that?
Who was puking? Christy was puking.
So, some pictures surfaced online
Yep.
of the whole night,
Yep.
and they
I know what you're getting
There's
at.
pictures afterwards.
I know
and
what
you're
you're
in a
getting
different
at.
party.
Did you
You're in
go-
a different party.
So did
I'm
you
there
go
with
to
Tango's
help?
parents cleaning the fucking place.
That's a true statement.
That is a true statement.
Now, not only did she,
Who's on the hot seat now, Danny?
that's fine. That's fine.
Christy's home puking by herself. You're at mixed
No,
360.
she like rallied.
Oh, she puked and rallied.
She rallied. Her friend
This
was
this story.
It was a
is-
phantom
this
puke to
story
get out of
is-
cleaning up.
This story has got holes in it left and right.
there's no holes. We went home and then she was there with her friend from work, and she was like, it was like literally fucking Billy Bob, puke and rally, and that's
Okay,
what happened.
this is where I'm. Like I said,
Swiss cheese
ultimate. I want to give ultimate ownership here for the future. Okay. Next year, we are all
gotta-
going to stay
we
and
gotta
clean
be
up
there.
together
We got to be there.
because it was a pain in the ass. Now, I want to give shout out to some fucking legends who stayed and cleaned up. And I can't remember everybody who did because there was a good handful. But Tango's parents,
Oh, yeah.
first of all, not you. Fonz.
Hell yeah.
Fonz. Fucking Fonz. Can I just
Producer.
say the Fonz? His stock. He was like,
His stock's going up anyways.
stock has been going up.
His stock is rising.
I mean, this kid is.
he
this
might
kid
be
is-
back on the payroll very soon.
This kid
if he
is-
continues going the way he's going.
Let me tell you right
it's
now.
going to be short money, but he might be back on
This
the
is
payroll.
this is a man who his stock couldn't get higher for me right now. I'm a Fonz
yeah, I'm a big fan.
till I die. Like I'm a Fonz truther.
He's not fucking around.
No,
Mark Berry and his wife,
Oh,
Paula.
Maki, dude, what a
Maki
fucking
is
legend.
one of the best people in the world. His wife is unbelievable too.
great
Yep.
costumes.
Yeah.
Great cleaner. Great cleaner of rooms. So Mark Berry stayed. The Tango stayed. Maggie obviously stayed. And that place was a fucking mess.
Oh yeah.
So in the future,
Yep.
I will not be there alone.
Correct.
All right? We're understanding.
Oh, yeah.
And I will not be wake up in the morning to pictures of Danny standing next to Andy Regano at Mix 360 and Jay Hurley's fat face. All right? That will not be happening to me.
Correct.
By the way, Jay Hurley, love him.
Hold on. Since what you got your show hacking, I got mine.
Yep.
Where's mine?
How about the fact that I'm walking around with all this cash and I'm trying, Brendan, where can I put this? And I'm just getting shunned away. You figure it out. You figure it out. I go, Brendan, I don't want to hold this cash. You got to get it away from me. And he just kept bouncing to another conversation. And I'm walking around
it
like a
was-
stripper named Mercedes.
It was a-
fucking
honestly-
glass boxes.
It was a whirlwind. Yeah, that's a lot
Now,
of
I'm
money
also
to keep
going to
track
say
of.
this about you. And here's, now I'm going to pay, like, just as I just, now this is what also, like, in the leadership books I read weekly, you know? Leadership
The
Weekly.
Art of War?
Yeah, the Art of War.
Because you're just
by
coming
Sun
at
Tzu.
next today.
No, I'm going to give some big time pluses here. First of all, if we're not doing the show together, in all seriousness, like the fact that all those people came because what we're doing was fucking awesome. Really fucking cool.
Fact.
I couldn't imagine doing it with two other people. You guys are the fucking best. And Danny, I'm going to give you the highlight of the night for you because this is where I actually stink. I don't like really being on the mic in like a room like that. You, on the other hand, like me and Fitz are just sitting there and I'm like, let this kid cook. Like, you were like, shut the fuck up, everybody. You, shut your fucking
just
mouth.
drives me nuts, dude. We're all there, and everyone knows it's a fundraiser. Listen to what the fundraiser's for, right?
I couldn't agree with you more.
It just, like the same shit happened last year. Like if there's two kids that went up there and fucking did comedy last year, Sean O'Brien, Sean Ballard.
Yeah.
Like let them fucking do. I understand I'm just as guilty, but like when someone says shut up, I usually listen. You know, but no.
You were excellent on the mic. I'm going to give you that.
The point got across.
Yeah. And the other thing was, like I said, we probably like next year, honestly, because it's probably like this basically sold out, right?
It definitely did. Definitely did.
And like I think next year we're gonna have to like cap it because like
Yeah.
I think we were probably over the limit of what we were supposed to have in there.
No, we
No,
weren't.
because even if we move tables, we can get more, right?
Yeah, but there's issues.
lot of
There's
tables
like issues
shouldn't
with
be-
like a cop detail. and
cop
stuff, right?
detail. If you want, yeah, there's cop details number one. We were right on the cusp of it, but I think we should. I think that was a perfect amount of people for a room that size.
It was amazing.
You know what I mean? So
Amazing.
If we cap it at that next year, and obviously we'll have. You've heard the issues with like that we had with Venmo, and then we had to go through Eventbrite, and everyone kind of did their job. Like it was $20 tickets. You gave a $10 donation. Some
it worked out great.
Some
Yeah.
people
Everyone-
did more.
yeah.
Same people.
Yeah,
It was dynamite. But next year we're definitely going to have a better process as far as buying the tickets. You're definitely going to have to do them online. Like, and if you want to donate money at the door for whatever your other reasons or whatever it's for, that's
Like,
fine.
I'll give you an example. Like, for next year, like, we're gonna like pay somebody to do all the money and do everything for us that night.
Yeah.
Because it's too hard to like handle all that shit while you're also trying to like, you're trying to talk to Chris Shelley about something, and then
Right.
all of, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and then and people are asking you about the pictures, and then you're trying to answer a million questions, and then somebody's like, hold the money, and then I had $500 in my pocket. And I knew I was getting to the point where I was like, I could lose this money.
Yeah.
Like, I could lose this money. Like, anyway, so, but seriously, like, in all seriousness, all fun and games aside, it was a fucking amazing night. A couple other things I gotta say. There were a lot of doubles costumes. My parents were amazing.
Yeah, they were.
They were Vincent Vega and Uma Thurman from
Mia Wallace.
Mia Wallace. Thank you.
I would have picked them.
I know, but I'm not a hometown favorite player. You know what I mean?
It was fucking unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they did a great job. They looked unbelievable, and so many funny things happened that night that like I didn't. Like one thing that happened that I have to say it because it was fucking hilarious, and I don't think she'd give a shit. Was that both Nate's sisters were there. So Jason Amy was there. She was the State Buff Marshall man. Reveals herself like later on in the night. Unbelievable, unbelievable wrestling move, pro wrestling move.
Was I not spot on with like who I think she reminds me of though?
What's her name from
The main chick from Bridesmaids.
Yeah, because her personality's kind of like that too.
It's like she's just out there, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a bad thing.
No,
Like
she's not.
I could see her trying Indian food and being like, "I love this," and she's just sweating bullets. Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like,
Shit in her pants.
Yeah, she.
don't look at me.
Like I would say,
Look away.
But anyways, Nate's other sister Laurie.
That was
great.
that was great.
She gets up on the mic. I didn't know it was a joke. What was happening? She's like,
Where's my
"Somebody
fucking
stole-
phone?"
Where's my fucking phone? Pull your phones out of your pocket. This is a packed party, right?" She
Does
goes,
someone have my green
Does somebody have
phone?
my green phone? I don't have any money to buy a new phone. And like, I'm like, is this really happening right now? And then my sister goes to her, Laurie, nobody wants your fucking iPhone 7 SE. Don't worry about it. So somebody found it.
Yeah, I believe it was right at her feet.
yeah, clearly.
Exactly. Which was great. By the way, they had a great costume. Scotty was the one who was last year was Optimus Prime. They were King Kong.
King
and he had
Kong
like a
and-
legit King Kong costume, like not just
Yeah.
some like
Oh, yeah.
spies like us. Stuff you buy in the store. There was just so many people that it reminds me of your wedding because
Oh yeah.
you are
You do
like
so much
and you
hype for
see
it.
somebody like for example, I look over, I'm like Harry's here.
Yep.
Dude,
Thank you, Harry, the man. He
I feel
dressed
bad
as the
because
king.
I barely talked to Harry.
same dude.
Well, because you can only. I did shots with him. I can tell you that much. But you can only talk.
I declined on many shot offers.
Oh, you know who else was there? It was great. Was the Ricci's, Kathleen and
Matt
Matt Ricci.
Yeah.
They were Wayne's World. There were a couple Wayne's Worlds there.
Yeah.
A bunch of my Melrose people showed out that like were like the football parents.
Yeah.
The guy, my buddy Jay, was one of the Forrest Gumps, but his wife Ange, she looked exactly like
Jenny?
Jenny.
Yeah.
I go, you're the best Jenny I've ever seen. Like she looked like she was perfect.
I was a double costume. Me and the.
I think it was a triple.
There was.
Yeah,
there
because
was.
one of
All right.
my
So
sister Cammy's friends.
who was the third one?
My this guy Mike Taylor who lives in Melrose.
Yeah.
Oh,
And his
Taylor.
wife.
Me and him talked for a
Kim.
while.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Awesome guy.
2 John Benders.
Two John Bendis.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
John
Bobby
Bender.
Florio.
What a fucking costume.
Listen, Matt Kryman, that's how you say his name, right? Krymeyer.
Yeah.
Who went to St. Mike's. So I had recognized him from, I think, Facebook or something.
Yep.
Because St. Mike's is a small school, dude. It's only like 1,400 kids or something at the time. So
Yeah. Mark Fitz always asked me, he's like, does Brendan know Matt? And I'm like, I don't know. It's fucking college,
we
you
were
know?
in the same like crew of friends, but I know who he is. Like,
Yeah.
I'd see him. Like, dude, you go
Great,
to London.
great dude.
Awesome guy.
dude.
And you know what's funny?
John
is,
Bender.
Yeah, he knew my buddy Matt Stratford was there. He was one of the Three Amigos.
Yeah.
My buddy Strat, he's the best. And I'm like, do you remember Matt? And he's like, I pointed out, he's like, fuck yeah. He's like, so they were talking and stuff. Awesome guy. So I got to talk to him a little bit. And that's the only thing that sucks, to be honest with you, is like, and there might be people I didn't even get to talk to or you didn't get to talk to, but it's like, you're like bouncing from conversation to conversation. Do you know what I mean? And like, you're like, you know, which is great. I love doing that. And I had an absolutely fucking amazing time. Like, I don't even know if I went to the bar that much. Like, because people were just handing.
Yeah, people kept.
I bought one drink for myself.
Yeah.
Melissa bought a couple beers for me, but other than that,
Yeah.
it was all people bringing me beers.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I found like, I know when you're drunk now.
Yeah,
You're just extremely quiet and stare right through people.
it's crazy, eyes.
When we went on stage,
Doll's eyes.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys are gonna talk, and Fitz just looks at me, and I was like, am I gonna die? Like you just had this look to him, and I was like, all right,
Yeah.
Fitzy's having himself a time.
It's crazy, eyes. I look right through people. One of my
He
highlights.
goes, I gotta go home. I was like, what? Like I didn't realize it. But yeah, you just get quiet and just stare at people.
One of my highlights was meeting Michaela.
Michaela McLeod.
Oh, we got to talk about her for a second.
Yeah.
And this is, by the way, I understand if this is the first time you listen to the show, this is like inside baseball. Fast forward, go to the next episode. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Michaela this is a hilarious story. Josh is driving in the fucking Uber with Courtney, his wife, and Nate. And Josh goes to Courtney, he goes, hey, there's gonna be a lot of people there who want to meet me. I'm just letting you know. And he goes, so don't weigh me down in there. And then he looks at Nate. He goes,
Don't weigh me down.
and he goes, looks at Nate. And he goes, nobody's gonna want to meet you after Brennan absolutely ripped you apart on the show and told everybody you're an idiot.
Yeah.
He goes, I walk in the door with Court and Fonz is in there. Fonz is like, Josh, the ad worker. And he looks at Court and he's like, what's up? Like,
Told
yeah,
you.
I'm like, but I will say this too. That next morning, I had to go get my truck. First of all, you said, there's a Spanish wedding there tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
You're like, by 9, they're going to be in there setting up. I went to get my truck at 8:15.
Yeah.
There's fucking the Spanish army's in there. Like,
yeah.
like dude, like music blaring,
Oh, yeah.
setting up. Like,
I told
like,
you.
listen.
I know how it goes.
You know what it is? I actually went over to the guy. I went inside because I was like, did I leave anything in the back room? And the guy introduced himself to me, and fine, nice guy. And I said to him, like, hey, listen, next year, I'm like, do you want to help me run the party and you can help me clean up and set up? Like, you seem like a good guy at this, you know what I mean? By the way, that's not a racist thing, all right? Everybody knows that a Malcolm X hat. That's a fact. Oh, also, I want to say about my costume. Now, people have asked what I was because I'm just wearing this. I look like I'm at a Trump rally. I was the American Purge. I had a purge mask and all this stuff, but like once I was in there, the mask was fucking up with my. I couldn't move freely.
Yeah.
There's a picture I'll put on the page. So we all went up at the end of the night. We took a picture with Amy, with her with the head off. It was funny. But there's a picture of me that somebody took when they were taking a picture of us together, just not Shelly, just somebody else. And I think I showed it to you guys. And this is how like you see a politician or like a picture of Trump and his wife, and like they're like Melania is screaming at him or something. I was like laughing and talking to Amy. There's a picture. I look like a crazy Trumper, like screaming at a
Oh,
blonde
yeah.
woman. Like I'm like, ah.
Yeah, you sent it. Yeah.
But so I just looked like a Trump maniac. Like I looked like a guy who killed 14 liberals like with a knife.
Well, the minute I think I said it to you when I had, because I didn't know that you still weren't going as Popeye, even though it was like the gay one.
Gay Popeye.
Yeah. But when I walked in, I was like, what are you? He's like, oh, we're going as a purge. I was like, yeah, dude, you just look like you go to a Trump rally.
Yeah, yeah, you were the one who said it. So the funny thing was that I had like an elaborate costume I wanted to do. I had seen this movie like 3 or 4 years ago, The Forever Purge. The guy has the Longhorns like I have in the bar coming out of the hat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a badass costume. I'll get like a cowboy costume basically and do the face and the purge. And he only had the lower jaw thing, so I'm like, that's perfect, right? Then I'm like looking up the character name to get better pictures of it. And it's like, I forgot that like the whole character's purpose was that he's trying to do ethnic cleansing. And I'm like, this is like the most like multiracial party Brendan Ahern probably will ever go to. And I'm like, what are you? I'm a huge racist. That's why I went. I was like next year I'm going as Hitler. You know what I mean? Like, what a fucking loser. So anyways, yeah. And you know, I was talking to Julie Turner, I think about it. I'm like, the problem is I can never pull off a costume like this because I take my mask off and I don't look like somebody would purge. I'd be the type of guy I'd be like, we shouldn't purge. You know what I mean? Like, we shouldn't do this. You know, like too much of a pussy. Yeah. So massive shout out to the IA, first of all, for letting us host it there.
Yep.
Okay. We go and I talked to Sean Ballard, my dog, as you would say. My fucking absolute dog. Helped me set up.
He's
obviously helped us set
never
up.
leaving the left titty.
Dude, he is one of the absolute best. He said that the IA opens up their memberships again in November.
Yeah.
Like, so last year I got my membership now.
Correct.
And then like Danny's like, you got to re-up your membership. Like 2 months later, I'm like, I just did a membership. He's like, oh yeah, you just did it at the bar that day, which I didn't mind doing because I would pay double every year to be a member there because of what they do for us. I love the place. By the way, let me give a free ad.
Awesome.
Become a
venue.
member.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Become a
venue.
member at the IA. It's a fucking awesome place to hang out, and the people are awesome there.
Good people.
Good guys, trash people. So shout out to them. They were absolutely amazing. I love everybody who works there. Everybody that we see. It's a fucking obviously it's like Danny's extended family basically. Yep. The bartenders were amazing.
Yep.
They must have loved it.
I got special treatment. Went over to the member side.
Yep. God brought you through. Did I bring you through the kitchen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome fucking place.
Sick, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's like a throwback, and I'll tell you right now, like
You
the
brought
clubs
me and
need-
Melissa through.
Yeah, I got one of these, maybe one playoff game on a Saturday or Sunday for the NFL. We'll go there. It's usually like they throw out like pizzas and shit, or they'll cook something, and like that's all a freebie or whatever. But it's a good spot. There's a fucking 100 TVs in there. It's nice.
It was
Good
great.
spot.
So we got the
They were watching the Brown game.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Of
obviously.
course. Yeah.
We're going to next weekend. We have a big weekend. We have the Patreon party on Saturday.
Yep.
4 p.m. Brian Bach is coming in from New York.
It's awesome.
This guy's a maniac. And I'm like, Fonz is like, is he coming in Friday night? Because we can go. I'm like, I can't go out Friday night, dude. I have like, this is my day that I'm like banking my goodwill on.
Yeah.
Let me give a shout out to Maggie and the wives of this podcast, better halves. It's not easy to be married to people like us. I'm just gonna say that.
No.
Like it's not like I'm not being like oh that makes us cool. I'm saying like for like Maggie just has accepted at this point. This is what I'm like. It is what it is. I do all this stuff, and she enjoys it. She loved going to the party. She had a fucking blast. You know what I mean?
Maggie was. She's like what you said about Julie. It's like an instant fucking smile. That's how Maggie is.
Oh, yeah,
Every time Maggie
she's
was
great.
she was all fucking purged out, dude.
Yeah. But by the way, also I can't recognize anybody in costumes. Maggie walked in, me and Danny standing there. She was like the first one there, and she's like, and she had this green wig on. I knew what she was going as, and I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Who's that?
Who's
His
that?
wife?
I didn't know anybody. I went up to like 3 people from Melrose. I'm like, they're like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, I don't know. Like Kevin O'Neill's buddy that I've met before.
Haas.
Haas.
Kevin Richley.
Great dude.
Yeah.
I met him. I saw him again at Canby Lake last year, right?
Yep.
He's like, hey, what's up, dude? Good to see you. I'm like, I can't recognize anybody.
Haas don't miss a beat though.
I know. And then immediately when you said it, I'm like, oh, okay, now it's whatever. Anyways, go ahead.
No, but this was a funny thing. I go because again, you weren't even dressed yet when Maggie came.
Yeah.
So like when we were still decorating, doing the stuff that people are supposed to do, Maggie came already dressed. And
Let's just say this: I did 100%.
yeah,
You did 50.
yeah.
Fitzy did
Zero.
No, I give him 10%. He was there as being Fitzy.
It's worth 75.
When she came in, I was like, "That's one fucked up looking can of spinach," because I didn't know they changed their uniforms. She was still green. I was like, is that expired spinach? Is that fucking food pantry line spinach? And she's like, oh, I'm the purge. And I was like, all right, didn't know that. 10 minutes later, he comes in with his fucking Trump rally, and the rest is history.
I absolutely, first of all, as you said, and it made me laugh so hard when you wrote it. You're like, Josh goes, so this is where I was going before I got sidetracked myself. Josh called me in the morning as I was leaving the IA after I talked to the Spanish fellas. And he's like,
that means my people.
Okay. He's like, I was like, yeah. I actually went to the wedding after. So he was like, dude, he's like, I'm standing there, and he goes, Fitz, he just looks at me, he goes, Josh, Bobby Canani, Josh. And he's like, and I was like, dude, I looked at him, I go, Bobby goes, I love that fucking blowjob story about the guy with the fucking tranny and whatever. And he goes, Josh goes, dude, you got some good blowjob stories too.
Yeah.
And Fitzy wrote, what did you say? Like,
When those two shook hands, it almost wiped Massachusetts off the fucking map because of how fucking electric it was when those two met each other. And then Clocky was there too. So it's like fucking Clocky, Canerney, and Josh the Ironworker all meeting each other.
It's great.
The fucking IA almost
Yeah,
exploded.
it was nuts.
I think my favorite thing that I did all night, other than raising the money, because that's first and foremost.
Yep.
Was bringing these legends together.
That's one of them.
Right?
But yeah, bringing these legends together, but then being able to introduce my dad to Clocky was like,
you
because my
loved it.
father
Yeah,
just
yeah.
loves him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Clocky texted me afterwards. He's like, Tom, I heard had some great one-liners. I was dying, son. Like, dude, Clocky he's the best. Like, you
he
can't,
really is.
you can't. So anyways, but Josh said, it was like, that was fucking awesome meeting Bobby. It was awesome to meet all those guys. And he had a blast. And he's like, and Josh was like, and then Josh was like, oh yeah, we went back to, because I went back to Nate's afterwards. And they were all there. And he's like, so there was not a lot of people there. It was like this two couples that are really close with Josh and his wife, and like Nate and like I think my brother-in-law. And he's like, I'm like, oh yeah, I was talking to Desmond. He's like, Matt was there? I'm like, yeah, you like were like we were all. There wasn't a lot of us there.
there's a
like,
picture of you two
and he's
together
like,
on my
I don't
phone."
remember any of that, dude. But he was like, he met Michaela, and he went over to her, and she took a picture with him.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, I said to her, I'm like, Danny was so right because I'm thinking me and you know what she looks like.
Yeah.
But not everybody knows what she looks like.
Yeah.
So then Josh was like, I looked at her, I'm like,
She didn't
Danny was
rap
right.
that.
This girl, I would never believe this girl did that rap.
Yeah.
Like that was unfucking believable.
I'm glad she didn't tell me she was coming with her boyfriend either. Like, Christian O'Leary came as the race car driver.
Yeah.
I'm glad that because like I wasn't sure if like he was watching the baby. They got a couple kids.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know, what maybe he's with the babies or whatever. But they got a baby, said they both came. It's great. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome meeting her.
She's such a fucking awesome person. And like, and so Josh said to me, he's like, I met her, talked to her for a while. He's like, dude, he goes, every once in a while, Josh gets a little serious, And he was like, dude, he's like, it's cool to be part of it. Like, I'm like, I said to him, I go, dude, honestly, I go, the people who like this show are just like us.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, they're no different.
Right.
It's like Bobby says, it's like sitting around talking shit. Like, that's what we're doing, right? And, that's why it works. Do you know what I mean? It's like all these people, and it's funny because the people who really listen, because, there were 200 plus people there last night. Not all of them listen to the show.
Right.
That's fine. Not all people listen to podcasts.
Right.
My buddy Strat, who was one of the three amigos, he's like, I don't listen to podcasts. I'm like, that's fine. You don't have to listen to it. I'm not making
Thanks for your donation.
Yeah, you're the man. Which he is. His wife Casey was not there. She is a corker. She listens to the show every week.
Love it.
Anyways, but those are our people, and it's like when we're all together, it's like we all get it. We all get the same joke. What we think is funny. You know what I mean? Like this is like what we think makes you laugh. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so it was tremendous to meet her because I had never met her before.
Right.
Fonz, who makes me smile? Fonz.
Buddy.
Oh yeah.
He had a real sword on him. He was wearing a real sword.
Did you know that?
Danny
No, I
goes,
didn't.
kid, you got a real sword on you? People just shooting up bars and you're carrying around a fucking pirate sword for Christ's
He was
sakes.
protecting us.
Dude. And then this was my favorite part of his story of the night. He's just sitting there, frolicking, bouncing around the whole fucking place. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, where'd you get your costume? He goes,
I made it.
He goes, his voice. Oh, I made it.
Yeah.
I go, what?
That's a pretty good font.
And he goes, oh yeah, this is a Carhartt. And I just made, and I'm looking in every little detail. I'm like, how did you make he's like, I cut them one by one. And he's got like a fucking Timberland boot, fucking lace right up.
Dude.
Everything was handmade.
Dude.
Except for the fucking galvanized steel sword.
I'll tell you right now, I will fucking move mountains for Fonz. Like, I fucking love him. Also, by the way, we got to say this. So you were Big Lebowski,
Yep.
right? And you looked great. You came in through the door and I'm like,
But-
Fitz. First of all,
Yeah.
you had a wig on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, Fitz with a hair could do some damage on these
Handsome.
streets, kid. Like,
Handsome.
Like, talk about a fucking lady
He
killer.
kept going like this. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You
It was-
just kept, you like,
I've never had long hair in my life, so the feminine way that I was flipping
Yeah.
it
it was
behind my
unbelievable.
ears.
You just kept like
Yeah.
pulling your strings back.
Oh yeah. I could never have long hair. It bugged the fuck out of me the whole night.
yeah,
and the
it's-
fact that I kept that on the whole night
Yep.
was a
Commitment.
testament to how much I love you guys.
Thank you.
See, that percentage is growing.
going
and
up a
growing,
little
but
bit.
I fucking
Mo,
sacrificed.
Mohan was also Big Lebowski. I gotta say this.
Yeah,
You know.
he
He brought it.
yeah.
He brought it. He looked so
But
good.
again, he spent like $120 on his fucking costume.
yeah.
I spent like $16 on my costume.
Let me tell you right now. Chris Mohan is he's one of the
He's
all-time
awesome.
best.
Yeah, he's
he is
awesome.
just like, I mean,
One thing
love him.
I don't know if it bothers you, but obviously like we have sober friends. Mohan's one of them, and he kept saying like, "I gotta buy you a beer," and I was like, "I don't want you to buy me a beer, dude."
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'm buying you a fucking beer." I was like, "All right." Twist
You know
my
what?
arm.
Yeah, it's
I'd probably want to be buying people beers too if I wasn't drinking. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But we've talked about that with our other friends. Like,
Oh,
they
like-
just want to see everyone else. He's just because I can't drink doesn't mean you can't drink type of situation. you know?
yeah. It's like my buddy who was here, who was in on the show. That my buddy, he did the Patreon with us, Anthony.
Yeah, with the subs.
like he's been sober for like a year and a half, and like he's like, you can drink around me, everything, and like he's
Totally fine
Dude.
with it.
he's doing so good. First of all, I know he listens to the show every week. He's doing great, and I was like, I saw that sparkles in his eye. Like he's like fucking
back.
Like we were in high school. I'm like,
Yeah.
this kid's just weird, and I love him. Like he's crazy. Anyways, the only guy who dressed that I saw that was dressed as a woman. Now I feel like everybody listens to the show was probably like they don't want me to think poorly of them. Tedco doesn't give a fuck about me, which I love. Teddy and his wife were unbelievable. They were the girls from The Shining.
That picture, when he was taking his professional picture,
Yeah.
creeped me the fuck out.
Dude.
Because we were standing there. I think we were waiting to take a picture. Do you remember that?
No clue.
Ted and his wife are standing there in full character.
Yeah, like doll eyes.
And I was freaked the fuck out.
Teddy, I was like, oh man, they looked fucking great, and they were awesome. And by the way, we got some. I don't have my phone open because it's taking the video right now, but they do. Well, let's do ads right now. So if Fitzy, if you got to take a leak or if you got to do anything, this would be the time to do it. All right, we're gonna do them all right now. Lily Piece chicken. First of all, we even got there, but I saved it for this.
Oh my God.
So Jillian brought the food, front of the house. Everybody knows Jill. She's Amanda's sister who won Best Costume, Beetlejuice. Jill is awesome. I've become friendly with her every time I go in there. I talk to her. I love her. They did dude. I woke up in the morning, crushed fucking like 2 sandwiches and a bunch of wings. Heated them up in the air fryer.
Yep.
So they did General Tso's wings, jerk wings.
Yep.
They did the sandwiches, the sliders, the Cheeto peppers. I can't say enough about that food. And part of it, like, dude, honestly, for $20,
Yeah.
call it 30 with the donation. So for $10, you fucking donated to a family in need, so you feel good about yourself.
Right.
But $20,
Yeah.
you got CJ the DJ,
Yep.
professional pictures, and Lily Peas. Price is gonna have to go up next year, and it's not to make money.
Right.
It's just because we want to keep doing the best part we can.
Of course.
The food was absolutely amazing. 50 Binney Street. That is located at 50 Binney Street.
My
okay?
before we go any further, one of the bartenders on Saturday morning texted me. I'm talking early. He goes, 2 things. First, thank you for last night. Great time. Made a ton of money. Secondly, where was that food from? And I said, it was Lily Peas. He goes, where the fuck is Lily Peas? And I said, it's in Cambridge. He goes, I hate that place. And I said, well, the good news is you're a raging Celtics fan.
Meaning that he hates Cambridge.
Cambridge.
Cambridge, yeah.
Not Lily Peas.
No. So he goes, so I go, well, you have like half a season to the Celtics games. I was like, you can go to Hub Hall too. He goes, they have a place in Hub Hall? I go, they do. I go, but I would highly suggest going to Cambridge to their location because it's free parking. As long as you get a drink or a sub or something to eat there, it's all validated. And he was like, that food smelled so good, I had to go get some.
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah.
dude.
So like the bartender sometimes can be a little iffy with that. If there's food there, 10 times out of 10, someone's gonna say, are you hungry? Go grab some food. And I think he did on his own because he just smelled how fucking good it
Dude, the
was.
food was unbelievable. And I got in my truck the next morning, and luckily, because it was overnight, it was cool enough that like I had the food there. I'm like, I reached back and I grabbed the sandwich right out of the thing and just ate it while I was driving.
So I got a story
Yeah, go ahead.
about the food. Mark Fitz
Oh, this is actually good.
Mark Fitz grabbed a aluminum tray from the trash, filled it with 10 sliders, a bunch of wings, pretzel bites, and shishito peppers, folded it up, and took it home.
I love it.
And had himself
Good.
a party that night.
Good. You know what? That's what I
I was
wanted to
like,
do with
dude, Brendan had to-go containers. Why the fuck did you grab something out of the trash? to
Oh,
put
yeah,
your
who
food
cares?
in?
That's something I do. First of all, good guy, trash
Good
people.
guy, trash people. That's
Yeah.
what I said to him. I
Yeah.
texted him back.
So, by the way, so 50 Binney Street, LilyPeaceChicken.com. They're the fucking best, and
Food's bomb.
the food is unbelievable.
unbelievable.
I mean, that's part of my favorite thing about the party is having that amazing food. Now, like I said before, I know that if we want Harry to bring food, he would, but I want him to just come and have a good time. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
Chris is closer, so like if Chris wanted to go to the party, which I think last year he came in for a little while.
He did, yeah, he came in.
But like,
Called me a pussy because I didn't have his mayo on the sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, I wasn't making you any fucking special sandwiches.
So
Swear to God. I was like, I
love
respect the
possums.
fuck
I
out
ate
of
the
that.
sliders, and I was like, Danny's not eating these.
I didn't
the
last
wings
year
were
either.
fucking unbelievable.
The wings were bomb.
I took wings right out of Joe Teddy's hands.
By
Right
the
out of
way,
his hands.
Joe Teddy, fraud, no cost.
Fraud.
No fucking cost.
And by the way, I felt bad because
Unbelievable.
I went up to him and like I don't know him that well.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I don't know him at all.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm like, I'm just busting your balls.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
I don't know him at all. I did the same thing.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Anyways, go look. There are people. Tedco. I'm going to name him next because he was there dressed as a woman, specifically one of the twins from The Shining. Tedco is the guy. We got some new stuff from him that we're going to be talking about soon. I got to talk to him tomorrow about it. But They're I think Toys for Tots donation spot like over the next like month and a half because that starts now. I never realized this, but like you start trying to do that in December, you're late.
Yep.
Like you gotta do it now. So if you are looking for an estimate or whatever, you can set up a time with him and you can drop off some toys while you're there.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna set up a time for me, you, and Fitzy to go out with to go out and meet Teddy for some drinks in Assembly Row or something like that. He's got a place where they have like a marked seat for him. I think he's like Norm at this one place. But anyways, Teddy's the best. He's absolutely the best. 617-996-6827. admin@tedcocm.com. I can't say enough about Wicked Cornhole. Can you do me a favor? Can you get Jake Wilcox to take a picture? Not Jake. What's the one who won it?
Keegan. Yep.
Can you get him to take a picture with the boards?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And the only thing
Saw him yesterday. He left them there the night before.
Well, I mean, I kind of thought that would happen because it's like you're not. Most people don't drive.
Right. So he came the next day and I saw him, and he's like, "Hey, I forgot the boards here." I was like, "On purpose?" He was like, "Little bit of both." He was like, "But he was like, hey, there wasn't bags of these, were they?" And I was like, "Fuck, I don't even know."
No.
But there wasn't. He was like, "I got a ton of bags." He goes, "I just wanted to make sure that like I have everything."
Yeah.
So I helped him bring him to his car, and he was like, "Dude, these are sick."
Dude.
Was he was Bobby Boucher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sick costume.
Yep.
I believe costume. I want to say the people Wicked Cornhole, Stacy, Bruce, they are fucking phenomenal. Them donating those. By the way, my buddies came in this week because I ordered the pull and the cork boards for myself, and my buddies just go, "Dude, those boards are sick." And I go, "Yeah." I go, "They're good, huh?" And he goes, "You want to set up and throw it?" I'm like, "I kind of just want to drink a few beers before we do it, but yeah, later." But anyways, wickedcornhole.com. They're right across from I think
Treehouse.
1876 Main Street rear. It's in the dome now, all right?
Tewksbury.
Right across from Tewksbury. You want it? I'll tell you, I'll make you a fucking deal right now. You buy yourself a set of boards from fucking Wicked Cornhole in the next like month, right? And you pick a Saturday that you're gonna pick them up, all right? I'll meet you up there for a beer at Treehouse, and so will Fitzy.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah. Maybe a
What am I,
fucking
chopped liver?
maybe a beef at Anthony's.
Well, I mean, everybody knows you're going to Mix 360 that night.
Ah,
You're
you
gonna make it.
fucking piece of shit.
Flat tire
Now,
mixed
and
360
Danny,
motherfucker.
and Danny, I was just thinking of the last time we went. Yeah, the three of us will meet you up there.
I'll
We'll
just go
have
there
beers.
and chew down a beer.
Yeah. I was gonna say you'd be like, "Do you have any Bud Light here?" They do have like regular beer there, though. Like
I'm
their own
I'm a
version.
regular guy.
Yeah, I know you're a regular guy. You're a ham and egg. You're a lunch pail guy.
That's it. Speaking of which,
Speaking of not lunch pail, I'll get you a beer in a second. Speaking of not lunch pail,
saw me fucking.
speaking of the
fidgeting.
best beefs in the business, Bella's roast beef.
Got one of those
Bella's roast beef. Harry was there, dressed as the king. So appropriate.
fucking best.
Great.
The only bummer was Sandra wasn't there. It was her birthday. Only reason she couldn't be there, she was sick. So I got to see Harry standing there.
Do you think Harry drove down from his house with the king fucking?
I hope he did. My father
I
goes. My father goes. He's the king. My father goes. Is that Harry over there? I go. Yeah, it is. I go. Fuck. I gotta get over there. So I walk over, talking to him for a minute. It's the best. Remember I told the story from the parent party where the guy's like, "Anybody want to do shots?" My buddy Lou and like he takes out a thing of Jägermeister like it's not his first rodeo. So I'm talking to Harry at the bar and he goes. Harry's like. He's like, "What do you want to drink?" And the kid Lou pops in like somebody like fucking like. It was like honestly, it was like Kramer. Like he's like, "Anybody want to do a shot?" I'm like, fuck it, yeah. That was my one shot of the night. I did a shot with Harry. Bella's roast beef, bellasna.com, 1211 Osgood Street. Okay, we ate beefs there recently. With a bunch of the guys.
Fonz was there.
Chabak,
Original Ginger.
Original Ginger, Dave Sweeney. He wants to donate, by the way, to the Venmo. We'll figure that out.
Okay.
Dan Connor has his own sandwich up there now. With like by the way, they were
Dan
here.
Connor was
Sinead
there.
and Dan were there.
Yep.
They're the fucking best. By the way,
Didn't get a chance to meet Shanae. I saw.
oh, she's
Dan.
awesome, dude. She's fucking awesome. I love her. And Dan's awesome. I love Dan. Everybody, as my father said when we were at the Lily Pease show, he goes, "Is everybody that likes this show 6'5"? Like, it's
Yeah,
like
Dan's
Buggy, fucking Fitzy,
Dan's a
fucking
big
Dan
dude.
Connor.
Yeah.
Go see them. They have the best beefs in the world. Harry's the fucking man. We love them. They love us.
Get the big beef on brioche.
Okay, so that's it. Wicked, Lily Pease, Tedco, and Bellas. Good. All right. I just want to make sure I had it all. Yeah, Dan Connor was there. They were fucking awesome. And the other thing is, people showed out this year with the costumes.
Oh yeah.
we'll talk about the Patreon. Some people want to show it too much, but we'll figure that. We'll litigate that on the
For sure.
on the Patreon. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was fun, dude. It felt like a wedding to me, also because all my family was there. Both my sisters was there and all their friends were there, and my parents were there, which was awesome. Like, my parents are like, my father's volunteered this year to coach my nephew's travel basketball team.
Nice.
My buddy Strat, who I was mentioning earlier, who's one of the three amigos, he goes, this is a funny story. I don't think I've told this yet. He goes, he calls me one day. He goes, hey, is there a better way to get your dad on the phone than, did I tell this already?
No.
Is there a better way to get your dad on the phone than calling him and texting? And I go, because I gave him a number. He goes, he hung up on me twice yesterday.
Yeah,
and I go, and so I call
got
my
no
dad. And I
time.
go, hey, I go, what's up? I was outside getting my haircut. He goes, what's going on? I go, I think you hung up on Matt Strafford twice yesterday. He goes, yeah, I did.
Yeah,
He
fuck
goes,
that guy.
I didn't know who he was. He goes, I just hung up on him. I go, well, you didn't let him get a word out? Like, and he goes,
Legend.
what does he want? I go, he wants you to coach. Now, it would have been my father reaching out to be like, I tell him I want to coach. So now he's going to coach my nephew Ty's travel basketball team. So father goes, fucking 4 nights a week, you know. He's like, yeah, and on the weekend. And I go, dude, it's going to be good for you.
Yeah.
You got something to complain about. It's going to keep you young. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he'll be great at it. It'll
Mind
be awesome.
active, yeah.
Like, it, dude.
I love how Tom Ahern has no time for nonsense. though.
Zero.
Dude.
Zero.
He's like, who's this? Fuck off.
Yeah, dude. He's like, my father is...
He's the best.
You know
dude.
what it is? As I get older, I become so much more like him. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think, like, he is
Yeah.
definitely more like, he doesn't need as much as I do to be loved.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
he
yeah.
knows he's,
Yeah.
like, he just throws shit out there and, like, it's gold. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like Clocky. Like, it's just
Yeah.
like, he can't help it. It just comes out of him. Like, Clocky's pause. Like,
If
finally,
he wasn't Vincent Vega, I don't know who the fuck was.
it was,
It's perfect.
It was
He's unbelievable.
unfucking believable.
Oh, also, my friend Emily, who I grew up with, not my sister, was so fucking wrecked. She was the shock. I don't know if you saw her.
Yeah, yeah.
So she is one of my best friends from forever.
Yeah.
She's like, ah! I'm like, are you a bird? Like, what is coming out of your mouth? Like, her husband was dressed as Quint, and I made eye contact with him. He looked at me like, if I kill her, you're gonna be okay with that, right? Like you'll give a witness statement that I'm a good guy, right? I didn't think like nobody was. There was one dude creeping around, kind of like at the end of the night. This is funny. I told the story to him. So this dude had a surf shop shirt on. But
I
he
don't
didn't
remember
have any
seeing him.
gear
I don't
on, right? No costume.
Big dude.
Big dude. I saw him once. Buggy's like, I think a few people like strolled in from somewhere. And anyways, there was a
Couple
big dude. So
vagrants.
Buggy's dressed
Doctor
as
Strange and his boys
Yeah.
rolled in at fucking midnight.
I know that motherfucker anyway.
He's not a big guy.
Not broad, but he's a tall guy. He's probably 6'2" or 3, as far as I remember.
So he must, according to Tom Ahern, he must listen.
Yeah. This dude, Buggy's like, I made eye contact with this guy. And I could tell this guy wanted to fucking fight somebody. He's like, and I was like, what is this kid gonna do when I do this? And like, Buggy was, for people who don't know Buggy, I'm sure it's been discussed. He's a big kid.
Big guy.
And he's got all green paint. He was Frankenstein.
Yeah.
No, he was Herman Munster, I think, but it turned into Frankenstein. Like,
Or the Hulk.
he was
I
so,
told him
yeah,
the
the Hulk.
He-
So
he-
at some point, somebody's
He
just
looked
like, you
like
look
the
the
Hulk.
Hulk, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So he turns to the kid, he's making eye contact with him, he just goes, "Ah!" And the kid's like, and the kid was like, he didn't break character. He just like kept staring at me. I'm like, I don't feel like fighting anybody right now in this place. Like, so anyways, like, yeah, I think we had a couple stragglers, but who knows? I mean, I don't know.
Dude,
I love that Buggy just did that. So big dude roams into the party and then like ice grills people, and Buggy's just like, just to test them, see what the fuck's gonna happen. I fucking love it.
I was up at the bar and I had these like fucking burly hands grab my puny shoulders. I turn around, I just see this green face.
Yeah.
He goes, Gilly!
Now you got green handprints
Yeah.
all over
He's
you.
like, Gilly, you know who it is? I'm like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's Buggy.
Yeah,
How'd you
Buggy.
know?
How'd you know? I'm like, there's not 2 buggies, dude. He was like, but I got paint on my
Dude,
face.
there's
I'm
an
like,
unbelievable-
doesn't-
He went to shake my hand, and I was like, dude, I don't want green paint all over me. And he's like, no, it's fine.
Dude, there's a great picture of Maggie and.
Why do you keep crying? Are you
Because
just
I'm laughing. I'm laughing that hard, dude. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm not
I keep
kidding.
looking over. I'm like, you got something in your eyeballs?
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding you right now. I woke up this morning. So I'll give you a quick rundown. Before I do that, there's a great picture of Maggie and Maria That's Buggy's girlfriend.
Yep.
And they have green paint all over their
Oh, I
walls.
saw that.
It's fucking hilarious. So yesterday, obviously we had the party that night. Yesterday, I go to the Tommy's football game. All the parents that went, I'm like, go over to each of them, like, thank you for coming. You know what I mean? Awesome people. Sullivan's.
Yeah.
I don't know if they listen or not. Jay Piccarello, who I don't think listens, but whatever. And was just thanking everybody for coming, right? First of all, it's 80 fucking degrees out. I get the sweatshirt on.
Wild.
Now,
Wild weather.
we are professionals. I am okay.
Oh, yeah.
Now, here's my theory. Everybody feels like I probably felt yesterday, but I'm going to fucking grin and bear it and get through it. Okay? As Tom Ahern says, answer the bell. So I'm sitting there, and then all of a sudden somebody goes, and we thinking about my buddy, who I'm not going to mention his name, was up in Maine. He's an ATF guy. So he was up in Maine trying to find this guy. So he couldn't make the party. Awesome dude. One of my favorites. OG Melrose guy. Lives down the street. So he was like, hey, somebody was like, anybody up for some beers today or whatever? And I'm like, fuck yes. Yeah, the only way to blow the rust off this thing is there's only one way out. That's through. Right. So I'm like, hey, let's do it. We'll be at Public Kitchen. I come back here. I take a nap. Before that, his wife is like,
This fucking pinball.
I
listen,
love naps.
his wife goes, you've been gone for like 2 days. Like,
Really?
and whatever. And like on his, I go, listen, I said her name, but I'm not going to say it here. I go, let me just say something. I go, you know how they have hostage negotiators, like in his line of work? I'm like a people negotiator. I go, so, I mean, he's a hero. We need a hero's welcome for him, all right?
Oh, I agree.
And he's like, I'm like, let me talk. Let me finish. I'm like, we welcome him home, and we'd like to celebrate him a little bit. And it's a beautiful day, all right? And, and she's like, yeah, it's fine. I go, see how that fucking works? I can do that. That's what I can do. I can't do anything else. I can't purge. I can't fucking, I can't get people to help me clean up, but I tell you right now, I can do that. So, anyways, we drank all day in here. 3:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Buggy walks in at like 4:45, lays down a sack of roast beef from Liberty Bell, 7 deep.
Yeah.
Legend, right? And he's like, let's go, right? We drank in here.
That beef looked good too.
It was good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post it actually on the beef page.
Yeah. Do it.
Give them some fucking free content. So it was me,
Day after.
beef.
Hangover beef.
Me, Buggy, a few of my other buddies, and then whatever, the guy who was, like I said, was up in Maine doing that stuff. Who's now a full corker, by the way, loves the place. Loves the fucking show.
Yeah.
And we drank from 3:30 to 1:30.
Hell yeah.
We drank 5 cases of beer.
Yep.
5 cases. Okay? We do not fuck around. Dave Pash was here, who's Corey's wife, Kevin O'Neal's wife, Corey's friend. Whatever. So, anyways, drank all night. I woke up this morning, got up at I was up at like 8:15. Did my morning constitutional, as Fitzy would say. Came upstairs, and Maggie she looks at me and she goes, how do you do this? And I go, what do you mean? She goes,
Built
you
for this.
went out all night, Friday night. You got up, you went to the game, you did what you had to do, and then you drank all day in the garage. All night in the garage. She goes, then you get up and you're like going out to get food and pick stuff up for the kids. And I go like this, I go, you know what it is? I just really like to party and I'm good at it. Like, I'm not kidding. There's nothing more that fills my heart. Like, and the reason you were saying, are you crying laughing right now? I woke up this morning, my stomach hurts because I was laughing so hard at the party, laughing so hard here that and I'm that out of shape. But like my stomach hurts from laughing that much. Like that's awesome.
It's a good ab workout.
Dude, I understand that people want to and I like to, ride the Peloton, do all that stuff, whatever. What fills me up the most is like hanging out with people and laughing and talking.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That is honestly what does the most for me. Like even more than like playing music with people. I'd rather shoot the shit and like fucking have a blast. You know what I mean? Anyways, it's a long way of saying that I had a great time.
Saturday morning, my head was fucking pounding.
I believe it.
Pounding.
But you weren't drinking gas, were you?
No, it was just fucking beers. That's it.
Yeah.
No hard liquor. Just fucking a ton of beers.
Oh.
And then we went out to Evan's brother-in-law's house afterwards.
Yep.
I didn't get home until like 1:40. We walked home from their house. Woke up at like 10.
That was the best.
Right? So my mother had the kids. So I was able to tie one on and fucking wake up late. 10 in the morning and woke up.
That's very late for you.
It's very late for me.
Yeah.
I'm a 4 a.m.
Yeah.
wake up. Even on the weekends, it's like 6:30. So 10's very late. So that I tied one on fucking Friday night. That's what the fucking Halloween bash will do to you. But so then Melissa goes, picks up the kids, brings them back, and she's like, "You don't have to come to hockey if you don't want to." And I was like, "Am I that guy
No.
Nope.
who stays in bed
Nope.
and doesn't go to hockey?"
Nope.
Connor was fucking playing goalie. I was
He
like,
sent videos.
I'm going and I'm getting this kid dressed in his fucking hockey gear.
Right.
And I'm getting him in his goalie pads.
Yep.
So we go, I'm there. We're at hockey. And I'm like, all right, Connor, let's get dressed. We get dressed and I start rallying. I feel good. There's no more headache. There's no more fucking, there's no more hangover.
I don't know if I said it in our text message chain, but or I just meant to say it and I didn't. But there's got to be something good about going into an ice cold hockey rink when you're hungover.
Oh, there has to be. Yeah.
So it was 80 degrees out, right?
Yeah.
And I was like,
Dead.
this sucks.
Yeah.
This sucks.
You walk in with some shorts on in there.
I'm pouring booze. This is what I wore. I'm pouring booze out of my fucking pores, you know? I walk in there and I'm like, let's fucking go. Let's get after it.
That's gotta feel good.
Yeah, it was good. So, and then we drank again last night, and then Connor had a 7:15 game this morning.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And I was there setting up boards.
You know, I said to Tommy the other day, I said to him, he goes, the game got moved. The game was supposed to be Thursday afternoon.
Yep.
And I'm like, perfect, because the party's Friday night, whatever. He's like, the game got moved to Saturday. And he goes, I'm like, all right, okay, well, whatever. And I go, and he goes, you don't have to go. And I go, I don't miss games.
Yep.
I don't miss games. Like, I'm not missing a game. Like, I'm not.
I'm dad.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Now, if you play a sport that has a lot of games in a week, I'll miss a few games.
Yeah.
But football, dude, one game a week, it's the balls. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So Brendan had a playoff game today. We won. Moving on to round 2.
Oh, by the way, congratulations.
Thank you. It was a tough one today. It was it's hard to beat the same team twice, and we did it. It was weather sucked, but when we were leave, I had to leave this morning. I had to be there wicked early because I'm on the board. I was there at like fucking 6:30, 7, something like that. And I get a phone call a couple hours later. Our game wasn't until 12, and Christy calls me and she goes, "Hey, weather's gonna kind of suck." I'm like, "Yep, I get it." And at the time when she called me, it was like sunny and cold, but it was sunny. It wasn't raining yet. It did end up fucking downpouring.
Yeah, the rain kicked in.
Yeah, but she goes, I don't know if it's the best, to have the girls out there in the rain. I was like, no, it's fine. I was like, you don't want to support the team. I get it. She left it at that. She was like, are you being for real? I was like, no, I get it. Like, your son's not playing. You don't want to support the team. I get it.
Yeah, you do you.
Yeah, it's fine. I got it. So fucking 2 hours later, she's like, I'll be there. So yeah, all right, good. Make sure the kids are dressed.
We
Answer
didn't-
the call, Chris.
So we got on to Matthew Krymeyer when we were talking about the They Live costume.
Yeah.
Bobby Froyo was unbelievable in it. He looked fucking money.
Yeah.
I'm like talking to Bobby Froyo, and he's like the one person that I don't have enough of in my life on a regular basis. Like, you know what I mean? Like, every time I see him, he makes me fucking
You know,
laugh. I love him.
the first thing he said to me when he walked in? I'm dying laughing at him, and I was like, your costume was unbelievable. He goes, wait till next year. I go, what?
He already has it planned.
Dude,
He doesn't even know the theme.
Oh.
he ordered the costume already, but it wasn't going to be there by Friday night.
All right. Well,
So here's the
that
thing.
was his backup plan.
Here's the
yeah,
thing.
that was great.
That
Yeah.
party has to move to Saturday next year.
I agree.
Because
Yeah, so-
Tommy's going to be playing
Yeah.
football on Fridays. So I won't be able to go.
Yeah, no, we'll do it
Yes,
Saturday.
we got to try to do Saturday because there was so many Reading families that were like, because there
got-
was like a Halloween howl, and
Yep.
then there's like a country club in town that does like a Halloween party on
Yep.
the Friday night.
Yep.
So if we do Saturday, we were talking about capping it, but we could have a lot more people
Right.
on a Saturday.
Yeah, I
night.
think we probably have room. Like,
I think we could move out a couple tables. Those tables didn't get used.
they didn't
No,
use it all.
There was
No.
maybe two tables,
No,
three
but you
tables that
gotta,
got used.
as a host, you have to have him there just in case.
Yeah, but like I think like I said, we're gonna employ a staff next year.
Yeah, the big thing is the detail.
Detail's huge, yeah. So
But that's fine. We have to pay it. We have to pay
Yeah,
it.
if we have to, we'll do it.
Yeah, dude. Like once again, I mean, I just want to thank everybody that came out. It's like I know that like when we're doing this, it's almost like you're missing like 1,000
Other things.
other things that
you could
like
be
whatever
doing,
that
yeah.
you could be talking about. But
Yeah.
I just thought it was amazing. I thought the costumes were fucking awesome. And by the way, Maggie was like, everybody's like, your costume sucks. I'm like, it's supposed to suck. I'm one of the fucking guys who's hosting it. I don't want to be in a good costume. And
Who said it sucked? I
You know-
thought it was fine.
fucking, you know what it is?
I didn't
All right,
even
you want me to
see
be
the
honest?
movie.
You want me to be honest?
I've
I
never
don't
seen
want to. I want to do next
You don't
year.
want to overshadow.
Next year, I want to be fucking. I've been trying to do this costume forever. As everybody knows, I got a buddy
I
named
took a
Jimmy
video.
who lives in.
Island.
Okay.
I took a video of it today.
Of what? Of Blues Brothers.
Blues
yeah.
Brothers, for
I
you.
want to go to the party next year as the Blues Brothers. What I need is, I need a tall drink of water
Yeah.
on the thinner side, not like a rail.
I'm out.
Well, unless you lose like fucking 85 pounds and decide to become emaciated. I need like, you know who has the exact build for this?
Ryan Hearn.
Ryan Hearn. First person I thought of.
Mike,
Ryan
me
Hearns,
too.
he's on my fucking zero list right now.
Oh, boy.
No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I think he ran like a
He's
fucking
sorry,
half
man.
marathon the next day.
That's dumb.
Shout out to, like I said, as I said to John Dilworth, when he comes up here, you can come to like visit me and not even tell them he's here. But I love Ryan. He'd be a good one, but like I need like, who's got the perfect build for this role?
Doctor
I'm just
Strange?
saying this. And Doctor Strange, you will not get beat up by Bobby Froyo or anything.
Maybe.
Doctor Strange is the perfect
Doctor Strange.
fucking
Really?
He is the perfect build for fucking for Elwood. So I need Doctor Strange next year. You got 365 days to make this work. All right. I want you as Elwood, me as Jake Blues. Would that be the best fucking duo of all time?
Be good.
You can burn down the building in that fucking thing. And I don't know what Doctor Strange's dancing abilities are, but
It's very simple. It's very
Elwood's
simple.
pretty simple.
I bet he's fine.
I'll carry the wagon and I'll
Yeah.
do the singing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
CJ the DJ will give me the mic and I'll fucking do the fucking damage. I mean, bitches will get pregnant in this place by the time I'm fucking done, by the way. I mean, I just like whatever. I have to say it again. We're so like the cool thing is that we're not trying to make money off this party. So like we can keep the cost as low as we can keep it. So like we have people like Chris Shelley. I don't even know what that costs. $3-4 grand probably
Right.
to really get that done.
Yeah.
At least. I'm probably low. You know what I mean?
It's
up there.
It's
It's
expensive.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna do something. I'll talk to him. I don't think I'm speaking out of school, but I think he said we could do something where people could order prints and then pay for them, and then like we'll figure that out. You know what I mean? So maybe they can make a little bit of money off that.
Yep.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like whatever.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna order.
I'm definitely ordering
If you
some.
don't think I'm getting that picture that we just put up today,
Fucking-
and like the Museum of Fine Arts, fucking put the Louvre-
It's gotta go up
Dude,
there somewhere.
something's coming down.
Yeah.
So that goes up.
Yeah.
And that's going in a fucking that's going in a frame. Like I'm talking like a fucking frame. It's going in a frame. That picture's amazing. There's also great.
The fact that he edited that picture and sent it to us early
Yeah.
before anything went
Yeah.
live,
Yeah.
he understood the assignment.
Yeah, fact.
You know what it is about
Chris Shelley is a fucking
Dude,
legend.
You know what it is about Chris is that like I was saying it last night. Buggy was like my buddy was in here like the ATF guy and Buggy and my buddy who's the ATF agent. I'm not gonna use his name. Was like his name's Steve Rogers. No, I'm just kidding. He was like dude, the show's so awesome.
Is that
It's awesome.
Captain
I love
America?
it. He's like, what are you? Because we were talking about Bill Simmons and stuff and all that stuff, and I'm like, we wouldn't be even a fit for like them, like whatever, like not that like we're so far away from that, but I'm just saying like that wouldn't be like even a fit for us. But I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna keep doing this show, keep raising some money for people, selling a few T-shirts.
Yep.
Love doing the show, love the community we built. I have so much fucking fun doing it.
Yep.
Like I was all day. I'm like, when are these guys getting here so we can fucking
I know,
rag
having
on each
fun.
other and fucking
Yeah.
have fun. You know what I mean? Finally, something cool. Some missing people that weren't there. Kev Marr,
Oh,
Yeah.
big miss.
Loser
Now-
DNA.
No, his dad's not doing too hot. His dad's having some help.
take that
issues.
back.
Yeah, immediately take that back. He's a Danny Gillis guy, as he
Yeah.
says all the time.
Yeah.
Unbelievable miss. I told him that he donated, by the way, gave some money, which I have in my Venmo for the Turners.
Awesome.
Our girl Alicia, who just started listening to the show, I think she had something come up. Missed. Great person. Somebody else, who the fuck else was on there that like bought and then was like, oh, Paul Gentile, a fucking corker from day one of the best in the business. The only reason we know Tedco,
Right.
okay? Paul Gentile's wife, Robin.
Yeah.
Their kids were sick. So he's like, somebody has to stay home. I go, it's not going to be you, but I love Robin. But I mean, it's you. I need you there. I need you in the trenches with the fucking people. You know what I mean? So some people had to miss. And it is what it is.
I got one. My cousin Amy.
Oh yeah, she bought tickets, right?
3 tickets and couldn't make it.
I hope nothing bad happened.
No, she was moving. She didn't get done packing.
Yep.
Whatever.
Okay.
But I was like, hey, we missed you last night. She's like, yeah, I couldn't make it. I'm sorry. Next year I'll be there.
Yeah, well, next year is going to be fucking even more awesome. We had, by the way, the place looked great too. But that, by the way, the
Awesome.
new Ghost Street. I'm becoming one of those fucking losers up in Saugus who's got like 1,000 things on his lawn. Like because we buy like a couple new ones
you're
every year.
supporting every candidate ever, by the way, outside of your
Dude,
house.
people like, are you? They're like, will you put this on your lawn? And I'm hungover. I'm like, do it. Just drop it off.
Fuck it.
I got M's bald Catholic.
You get everything up there.
The funny thing was that when I was in the
Anyone running is going to be like, what a fucking perpetrator.
yeah, look, listen, vote for Cal for over here. Vote for Julie Turner for Ward 6.
Fact.
All right, vote for my girl Cal
Ward
up there.
5. Ward 5. She's
Ward
Ward
5?
5. Yeah.
Okay.
Ward 5.
Vote for Cal up in my
Cal
ward.
McCready's
Cal
from
McCready's from
Nacchiaro.
Nacchiaro. Her husband was in here yesterday. The Karate Kid, the man. Oh, you met him?
Met him.
He's a dude. That's a guy that, like you would think like you'd be like he's such a nice guy. You'd be like, but he's like you would not want to fuck with this kid.
Oh.
like my buddy who's the ATF agent is like his neighbor. He's like, dude, I wouldn't want to fight him. I would not want to fight him.
By the way, is Billy O'Leary Patreon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Billy O'Leary's coming to the party next weekend.
We are going to, I'm going to show you a video of. I can't,
Oh, we got on a live. Did we get on like a fucking FaceTime with Adi?
Oh, yeah, we did. But I got a.
Was Adi there at one point?
No, I don't think so. I think
I got fucked up. At the
I
end.
think we told him to come, but no, we just FaceTimed.
There was some kid who looked like Adi. I kind of thought it was. I might have gone up to the kid and been like, "You Adi?"
Billy sent me a video of his. Now, full disclosure, Billy got dropped off, and thank God. Billy, again, when I saw him at the after party,
Yeah. First of all, he had a sumo thing and he had a pull in the cook sticker on it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Billy,
Tattoo.
it was unbelievably drunk. And there's a ring video of him trying to get to his house, and it is incredible. But we'll get into that later. I gotta show you the video when we can, but fucking hilarious. Billy O'Leary came in the sumo thing, it was great. Canerney as Gandalf. I was like, I knew that costume wasn't lasting more than 15 minutes.
No, dude. So he made all that.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He
He's a
carved that
fucking nerd, dude.
He carved that
Shaft, yes.
Yeah. He carved that himself. Made the whole fucking outfit. I think he sewed it himself.
Dude.
And it's heavy as fuck.
Yeah, dude, I
So
saw
like it was 80 degrees
Yeah,
out yesterday,
yeah.
and he's like, dude, Fitzy, I'm gonna be fucking sweating my balls
It looked
off.
it
And
looked
I was
like a
dude,
heated
just-
blanket.
I was like, take it off when you get
Yeah.
there. Just take it off.
Yeah.
And that was another great thing about this and about us is like I've been friends with Canerney for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And
You've never seen him in that element?
no, you
Known him longer.
You've
Yeah,
known
yeah.
him longer.
Yeah.
But you guys weren't in touch.
No, I know.
And then I brought him back to you guys and Julie and everyone. It's
yeah.
fucking wild.
Yeah, well,
how-
even like think about the
people
fact that
ask me about this, right? And they're like, "Oh, so how do you know these guys? You grew up in Somerville together?" I'm like, "No. We met on Facebook."
we're on Facebook like a month ago.
Yeah. One's from Malden,
Yeah.
one's from Melrose, I'm from Somerville, and,
Yeah.
and we just do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's so many interconnections.
There is.
Well,
it's
even
fucking
Clark-
wild.
Clark is a
yeah,
perfect
dude,
example.
it's fucking crazy. You knew Clarky for 10 years. I
Yeah.
know Clarky for 10 years,
The best part.
but we didn't know each other
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
until the internet.
Until the internet.
One
Thank God, internet.
right?
Yeah.
There is some cool shit on the internet.
Finally
you know?
something cool.
Yeah. The one thing, and we said this last year on the show when it was just us two, but one of the guys yesterday when I had to go back down to the IA for something, the guy goes, so like those two other guys, they Malden guys, and I was like, no, dude. I was like, one's from Somerville, one's from Melrose, and he was like, and you had that many people in there, not one problem, and I'm like, yeah.
Except
And we-
Buggy almost fucking hulking a guy out, but
But other than that, like you'd think with like three different you don't know everybody, so it's natural. I mean, we all got into fights before. It's natural, but like we just have cool people.
I'll
that
tell
fucking
you right
love-
now.
love
I
to have a
said
good
the
time.
funny thing was I said to Buggy, I'm like, Buggy's like the guy didn't seem to know like a couple people, but didn't really know a lot of people. I go, would have been the worst room for that guy to ever fucking try to turn
No
on
shit.
somebody.
Imagine if
You
he fucking threw a
got
punch at
Canerney
Buggy.
biting his ear off.
Yeah.
Danny's got his nuts in his hand. Like that would be a wrecking crew. Joey Teddy would be throwing him through the fucking wall like the real Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was such a fucking unbelievable time. I want to announce a new corker, by the way.
Oh,
Go.
And I've talked about this guy before on the show, and love this kid. My buddy, Chris Collins. He's
go,
been a
Chris.
fucking corker from day one. He's the one who had the old school classy shirt on with his son on the boat, like recently.
Oh, yeah.
That I posted.
Yeah.
So he is from Scituate. I've been hanging with this kid for like 15 years. He's a bad dude. You do not want to fuck with this kid. He's just one of those dudes. He grew up with 4 brothers. His dad moved out. I think his dad moved out when he was like 18. He was like on his own. I think. He is one of the best fucking in the world. All right. $10 a month fucking member. All right.
go.
Shirt coming out to you.
Yeah.
First of all. Last thing I'm going to say. Heroes Among Us. Him and my buddy Downing.
Heroes Among Us.
And this is not a joke.
Okay.
Him and my buddy Downing was skating. Now, he would hate that I'm telling this story, probably. They were skating like a fucking weekly men's league. Fucking dude goes down. Out on the ice. Heart attack. They get the fucking paddles.
Yeah.
Brought the guy back to fucking life.
Let's
on the
fucking
ice.
go, dude.
On the ice. Him and my buddy Downing.
Let's
and
fucking go.
They were on the ice for Heroes Among Us. That was not a joke.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
They
dude.
fucking brought the guy back to life. And the guy
During
like
Heroes Among Us? Oh. You see how that could be confusing though, right?
that would be wild.
That's what I'm
That would
saying.
be very meta. Yeah.
Because you were like, yeah, I thought you said during Heroes Among Us, and I'm like, what? They were getting fucking like sworn as Heroes
Yeah.
Among Us, and like
Yeah.
some guy just goes down and they do it again?
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be fucking
So-
wild.
As I've said, like back in the day when, we used to party at my buddy Downing's house down in Scituate, and I would go down there. And like he would come see the band play and all that stuff. And then like he's probably like, I think he's like your age, maybe a little bit older. But he's just a bad man. And like I would be at Downing's, I'd be like, get Collins over here. Like he loves Irish music. All he gives a fuck about is Irish music.
fucking go.
And like if you were in a pinch, like he'd be the guy that like when Buggy like balked at that kid, like Collins, if you needed him, he'd be a good guy to have there.
That's awesome.
So he's a full corker, one of the best in the world. So I got to say that right now. He is in the fucking crew, and I love it. We got, by the way, the place is growing. We got 50 people in there now.
Oh,
50
yeah?
people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Like when we
dude.
had like 7, I'm like, I guess that'll be fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and like we said, we do the Patreon because there's stories we just can't tell on the show. You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
Just a little extra, tap on the ass. You know what I mean?
I
Good
got
game.
Something to wet the palate.
something
all.
to listen. I mean, what's funny? Last week we did like the show we did last week was like an hour and a half, and then when like after we did the Patreon, I'm like, that was fucking almost like an hour we did on the Patreon. Like, it's not because we're trying to extend it.
No,
It just
it's-
happens.
It flies by.
If
Yeah.
anything, we try to like minimize.
Yeah.
Yeah, minimize it.
We're like,
Yeah.
all right, we got to fucking dial this in.
Yeah, reel it in, boys.
Let's fucking tighten the
Dude,
strings.
like when I used to do the Dogcast, it was like 9 o'clock at night we'd record it, and like I'd be like watching the clock by like 9:15, like let's get this done. Not like, and I'm not saying that in a way of like, because we'd have a guest on every week.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it was a lot more work. You know what I mean? Like having somebody in, like like I said, when we tried to have Sean Latham on, who I love Sean.
Yeah.
And we did
We
the
gotta
Zoom
try that
thing.
again,
I got
by the
like
way.
I got like flooded back with like memories of like dealing with the fucking
it was tough.
internet and everything. And it's like I feel like the way this is supposed to be done is like in here.
Oh, yeah.
Face to face.
Live's
It's
the
not,
way to go.
It's not done on Zoom.
No,
you know what I
Zoom-
mean? It's
Zoom-
not done on Zoom. And by the way, what I was saying before about looking at the clock, I'm saying like when that's nothing with Donnie and Pat. That's like you got a guy from fucking whatever. He's
said,
from
like,
Kansas City, and he's like, yeah, man, I try to throw that airmail. And I'm like, that's why me and McCracken started doing the thing. We'd be like, all right, you leave in Bigfoot, aliens, or like, because we're like, we got to make it ridiculous because otherwise nothing to talk about, Also, shout out to my guy Donnie. I don't think he listens to the show. His dad just passed away, and I feel bad. So I hope that
I
he's
did
doing
say,
okay. All right, so dude, next year's gonna be even bigger. You know what I mean?
Yep. Stop listening.
Evan,
Get your costume ready.
can I tell the Evan story real quick?
Sure.
Okay, this is funny. So I walk in, I finally meet Evan face to face, as advertised.
I hugged him as soon as I met
Oh,
him.
he's the best. So talking
What
to
a beard.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
dude, facial hair like Brendan Hearn will never have. You know what I mean? Riches of facial hair.
Yeah.
So he's
Paint it
like, I'm talking about Ed McNeil. So talk about 6 degrees of separation or whatever. My parents had this friend, Ed McNeil,
Yep.
who went to Salem State. He's a fucking legend. A legend. One of the best people I've ever met in my life. He actually probably is responsible partially for like the fact that we're here. Because I used to see him coming to my parents all happy and like be like, oh, I'm gonna drink down these Buddy Hollies, just gassing down Budweisers, telling a million stories. And I'm like, I want to be this guy someday. I want to be Ed. Like Ed was invited as a 1 to my wedding and just brought a girlfriend anyways. like actually went as the 1. He had her show up and just brought her in and started drinking. I'm like, and Maggie was like, what is he? You know, she was like, what is happening right now? I'm like, that's Ed McNeil.
That's Ed.
What do you fucking expect? It's Eddie. He's the best. So, anyways, the Mecca. They're talking to my parents, like he's talking to Evan. My dad's talking to Evan. We're talking about him, Ed McNeil, Evan's wife. And then later on, I'm like talking to Evan. Like Evan is awesome. Like I could drink with Evan all day. I fucking love him.
Yep.
It's bumming me out that he can't make the Patreon party.
I
right?
know.
So, but we'll have him in here soon. We'll have him come in and we'll just drink on like a Saturday or whatever.
Yeah.
So I go over, I'm talking to, it was actually when I was finishing up my story with Canary, and I'm like, say you're Evan, and Fitzy is Sean O'Brien. So I see Sean O'Brien, the comic, the fucking legend, the best kid I've ever met in my life. He's 22. I can't believe he's 5 years old in tests. Like, he's like the
Wild.
fucking best. And I go down to go like for like a big fucking slap on fucking Sean O'Brien. And Evan like looks at me, and then I'm like looking at Sean O'Brien, and he goes, oh fuck, that was for me. By the way, I've done that a million times. When you're like, you think somebody's saying hi to you, and they're like behind you. It's the worst feeling in the world. Sean O'Brien, there's not a person out there I want to support more than that kid. I go up to him, I go, dude, I love you. And he goes, dude, I love everything you guys do. He goes, I'm all about it. Like, he's like, I fucking love you guys. Mm-hmm. Like, he is so genuine.
Oh, yeah.
There's not an ounce of fraud in that kid.
No.
Like, and
For how young he is and
Very
how
mature.
awesome he is, it's fucking such a wild. It's not. It just
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't fit because he's so young and he's such
like an old
great,
soul.
Yeah, such a great dude.
so I think, here's my theory.
And fucking hilarious.
Here's my theory. If this show is ever going to get like exposure, it'll be because Sean O'Brien's going to end up being like the next like Stephen Wright / Bill Burr type of guy to come out of this area that's like unbelievable.
Yeah.
And they'll be like Googling what he was on. They'll be like, oh,
Yeah,
pull the
they're like,
cork.
pull the
hell
cork.
yeah.
I want to
Let
hear
me
some
check-
early
let me
Sean
check
O'Brien.
that out.
You know what I mean?
Fuck, I had some. Oh. Nope. Oh, no. I got it. So, obviously, Julie's nephew, we shouted him out a zillion times, Jake Wilcox. Plays for Brown, he's a quarterback. They beat the number 1 team in the Ivy League on Friday night while we were partying our faces off. The entire family was on the member side watching the game. No beef with that whatsoever.
None.
Here was my favorite part of that, right? So, obviously, not everybody's going to go to Pennsylvania to watch a game.
Yep.
Everyone will travel to Providence, a couple hours away or whatever. I looked in the room and I saw like 5 of like Jake's friends at the party
Yep.
that couldn't make it to the game, but they were coming here to support the
Yeah.
cause or whatever. And these kids are just the fucking salt of the earth. So, Gennaro, Anthony, like all you guys that came, I fucking really do appreciate it. It was awesome. And they dressed up like fucking cowboys.
I think it's like us, like 20, like for me, it's like me probably like 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, I would have gone to that party.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like,
I'll tell you who is frauds, though.
Who?
My sister Darcy, they came for 2 seconds.
Darcy stinks.
Stinks. She goes, I was just
Zero
dropping somebody
of
off.
the year.
I got work the next day. I'm like, you're a loser.
Listen.
My
You don't
niece,
come in and win best women's costume and don't defend.
then don't show up. That's what I'm saying. And then my nieces that didn't show up but then went to a party last night. You guys all stink. Don't expect another gift in your
And you
life.
know what I have to say? You know where that DNA comes from? It's like when you like I can't clean up because he's gonna get sick, but I go to a party at Mix 360.
We are not.
By the way, the internet never loses, kid. The internet is undefeated.
Those
I'm
pictures showed up, Danny.
I'm not. You know who didn't show up? Fitzy at 3:30 when we needed you.
Listen.
That was well documented early on.
I love this. There's nothing more, by the way. And I'll tell you right now. Here's the thing I love about this show. Nobody on the show is a sensitive loser.
Can't be.
And like I always say this, like I don't like ever. Anytime I've ever been mad at somebody or a friend, and this is not something to be mad about. I'm not talking about this, but like immediately, like anytime me and Maggie have gotten into a big fight, which is not a lot, but probably has happened 4 to 5 times over the course of our marriage, right? That we've gotten into a little bit of a blowout.
Yep.
In the morning, I'm like, listen, I'm done with this. Are you done with this? Like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be fucking doing this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
file the papers.
File-
We're done.
Yeah,
Let's get
exactly,
a divorce.
Yeah. Call Lucas Law because we're fucking getting this thing done. You know what I mean?
Are you done with this?
Yeah.
because I'm done. I'm leaving.
Yeah, and I mean by the way,
got an
I'm done with
apartment.
this argument.
No,
Like, let's
I
get this
know.
argument. Yeah,
We know.
Let's get this argument over with.
Yeah,
You know
let's
what I
get
mean?
it over with because we got to get back to life. We got kids. We're getting back to life, and we love each other.
100%. Yes,
Yeah.
and living with somebody's not easy. You know what I mean?
No, I don't like people. Period. Never mind a wife that I live
But
with.
people don't really like people. Like we
little
we
kids.
seem to have a lot of people around us.
I
on
know
a
it's
regular
fucking
basis.
wild.
It is weird.
It's like
you know what I mean?
fucking counterintuitive.
Yeah. So couple free ads. People's Pebbles. Now, gotta give this shout out too. One last shout out. Ann Seeley, Mado. Been a Corker since day one.
Yep.
Been a fucking one of the first people who subscribed to the Patreon. She drives here from the middle of fucking nowhere to go to our parties.
Yeah, wow.
Now, I don't think her husband would listen to the podcast, so I can say this story, which isn't bad. So we made out. No, I'm just kidding. That's not the story. That would be pretty funny, though, if I said that. No. So, anyways, she's great. We're talking. We're chilling out. And Ann can't weigh more than that Corona Premier can.
She's little.
Like, she's a small girl.
Awesome.
First of
Yeah.
all, she loves Fitzy. She's like,
Yeah.
I love that you added. She like thinks she's like Urban Mile, like giving me advice, like like she's a consultant to the team, which I love. She's like great ad with Fitzy, perfect ad. By the way, you know who else said that? Marianne Smith. She loves.
She was there?
She was there. Met my parents.
Auntie Jackie Wilcox was there. Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. Oh, Kevin Turner's mom,
Susan.
Susan Turner.
Yeah.
Melrose, 68.
Yeah.
I didn't get to connect my dad and her.
Oh, we did fuck up.
Yeah,
we
that
fucked
was the
up.
one we wanted to connect. 'Cause my dad's
fucked up.
66.
I actually
I think.
forgot she was from Melrose. I forgot
Look at this
that.
fucking shirt right here. Tom Ahern's fucking shirt.
All right, let's get back to all
All
the
right, let's
people
get
that
back
love
to-
Fitzy.
Yeah, exactly. All the people love Fitzy. So Ann was awesome. She's there. She's the original. She's the original female corker, right? She was back at Josh's. At Nate's afterwards. Talked to her for a while, whatever. So, and Ann, if you hear this, then you need me to cut this from the program. I will. But it's not really a big deal because I do shit like this all the time. So she like gets up in the morning at Josh's and she's like, "Court, you need to drive me home. I lost my keys in the Uber. I left my keys in my backpack and lost in the Uber." Ann doesn't live in Medford. She lives in fucking Hopkinton. Right? So as
26 miles
as
away.
Courtney is pulling
Roughly
in
0.2.
as Courtney is pulling in to Ann's like house,
She's fine.
my sister goes down in their basement and their basement bathroom, and there's Ann's backpack just sitting in their basement bathroom.
Let's go.
And like with her keys in it and everything.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
Yes.
So
That's
now,
great.
Now,
Yeah, it is a
I
good-
think she had already. It's great that they found it, but I
Yeah,
think she'd
it's
already
fucking
dropped
best
Ann
case
off. So
scenario.
now Ann has to get back here.
Yeah.
To get her car.
I mean,
and go back.
yeah.
Imagine Ann was like, "Oh man, can you go grab those and bring them back to me?"
Ah,
But that's like best case scenario.
yeah.
that is best case scenario.
It's
And
not in some Uber somewhere.
yeah,
I would
and
overnight those. I'm not driving back to Hopkinton.
yeah, and I'll tell you right
Yeah.
now, anybody who this is like the fact that Ann comes up, and I've known Ann since college, so it's not like this is fucking new, like whatever. But like anybody who comes up from fucking Hopkinton and like buys a ticket and stays at my sister's house to go to this party,
Yep.
like I will go. There's a picture. It's me with a sword. And it's Fonz and Ann Seeley, like with a hammer and a sickle, like fucking
Real
just
swords.
crazy. You know what I mean?
Real
Yeah,
swords.
real swords. You know what I mean? That's what it is. He looked like Paddington. You know what he looked like? He looked like he looked like an extra from like one of the Robin Hood movies. It was like here's the jolly guy with the wine.
Well,
You know,
did-
like
That's what. So he came up to me. He goes, "You know who I am?"
Same thing.
I was like, "Men in tights." He goes, "No, I don't even know what the fuck he was."
Peter Pan.
Yeah,
Peter Pan.
that's what he said.
Clams.
Peter Pan. Yeah. I was like, "Dude, you're Men in tights."
Yeah. It was funny though because like when people first started coming in, it was like the Royal Rumble. It was like one at a time, and it was like the turns, like who's next, and it was the Fonz, and he's just like, "You know what I am?" And I was like, "Peter Man, dude. I don't know. Like, you're a large fella."
Men in tights, dude.
yeah. So, anyways, and by the way, all the people who like the post that we put up, even though some people call out your grammar on there. I mean,
Call what?
called out your grammar on those posts. You know,
Oh, I don't give a fuck. Couldn't give a fuck less.
Do we
buy a ticket.
have
Buy a ticket.
do we have voicemails?
We do. Yep.
Let's fucking
Here's the deal,
go.
though. Here's the
What?
deal.
What do we got?
We gotta do it this way, but it's gonna work again because you guys came in, and I was too excited to talk to you. And yeah, we have some good voicemails. By the way, let's talk for a second about Jumptown because he's coming back on next weekend. He's off the Denali food truck.
Thanks for the warning.
Thanks for the tease. Like, I mean, we
Yeah.
finally something cool. Speaking of the devil, by the way, he texted me the other day and he goes, yo, Jump's new digest. And I wrote back, I'm like,
Digits.
Reader's Digest? like my mother used to have in like fucking, Yankee Magazine? Is that what we're talking about right now? All right, here we go.
That burp was just fucking awful.
What'd you have for lunch?
My face is melting.
Smell?
Oh my God,
Yeah?
dude.
All right, you ready?
I guess.
We gotta do it this way, which stinks.
Yo, it's your man Adam Jumptown, and I want to apologize for not making it to that unbelievable party. All the pictures looking like it's a blast. Everyone's reporting back they're having such a great time. There's one little bone I want to pick, and I feel like we're seeing a glimpse into the future. But I feel like we need to have a little rap battle after last week's show. I have a feeling if I was there, that might already have happened. We don't know, but we do know what I'm talking about. Stay tuned. I think I'm on next week, right, boys?
That's true. Now, listen, speaking of rap battles, I forgot about this. I already listened to this one.
Oh, yeah, left coast rising up. Here we go, baby. Pulling the cork. Somerville, Rose Malden. Pulling the cork on the upside of Boston. 2 beards, a receding hairline, and Mo is about to fall to Stone Cold Steve Austin. 82 episodes deep, no free ads. A Patreon phenomenon with 3 Irish lads. Just the iron workers, Franny BJ's story. Pippin chasing Amy? Nah, she ain't whoring. Going down like a local 12 toilet on an Irish battleship. That Halloween party, Philly piece chicken. Keep that meal from my lips. If you can't hear the music, you can't rap. This motherfucking shit, it's just whack. I got the Ben Franklin print on my back looking regal, pulling the fork. The guys, trash people.
Who the hell?
That's
that?
Howell. That's Howell.
Oh, it was Howell?
So he called me and he goes, dude, at the end, Howell's like the best guy. And first of all, he's the type of dude that like, I'm not kidding. Like, and I'm not saying like everybody we hang out with is tough or something like that, but like, he's the guy who would like fuck somebody up. And he's like, calls me up, he's like, Brandon, he's like, now, you don't think Fitzy's gonna be mad at the end when I said that? I'm like,
No.
you fucking funny talking
And
about.
honestly, I feel like I dropped the ball with him because he was sending me messages and I was like, dude, I'm trying to like figure this out because like it's in text, you know?
I get you. All right, you ready? Hold on.
Fellas, what can I say? What a weekend, what a party. Halloween's almost here. I gotta say it though. Costume of the century. Unbelievable. Tom Ahern. Unbelievable. Guy's a fucking pussy slayer. Unbelievable. Bruins are on his hair. Jack Edwards can't put together a intelligent sentence. He's a moron. All right, fellas. Great party. Great time. Goodbye.
Bye. Let's go fucking clocky.
Tom Ahern getting called the pussy slayers.
slayer.
I'll tell you right now.
Not something you thought you
I'll tell
had
you
in
right now.
46 years?
Thank God for the fucking internet because that
Yeah.
was finally something cool that's kept my with it. All right, one more.
Gentlemen, great fucking night Friday, Saturday, whatever that was. My crew had a blast. We should do it 12 months a year. Let's fucking go.
Okay.
I'll be pulling my cork to this one later.
Evan,
Let's go.
right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was Evan. Yep.
Unbelievable. And I'm sorry that I have not downloaded those before, but whatever. You'll hear them. It's fine.
Evan's son and his nephew call me Shitzy
It's awesome.
everywhere we go in town. So like I'm picking up my kids and there's like teachers
Yeah.
there. And there's 2 little boys running around going, hey, Shitzy, what's going on? And I'm like, pull it
Dude.
together.
You know, like when this is one of the coolest things ever, actually. My buddy Adam Dennison, who has never been on the show, but is a trash person. He's the person I said he's from Oil City, PA, and like,
Oh, yeah.
like I imagine they look like the geese like covered in oil, like they're just
Yeah.
like trash
Who's
people.
got the dog dish?
He's like one of my favorite trash people. Like he went. This is one of my favorite things that happened at the football game. So he's like, "You didn't go to the party," and he goes, "I go." He's excused. They're like, "Why?" I'm like, "He's miserable, and I respect that." And he goes, and I got no FOMO. I'm not worried about missing out. He goes, "You go, you do that." He goes, "I drink my wine in my basement. I'm good." So, anyways, I totally forgot where I was going with this whole fucking.
Every time you say that, it reminds me of like the West Virginia Mountain Dew mouth people.
Oh yeah, dude. Like he told me a story one time about like how he was working at a Walmart and he had to drive 5 miles on his bike, like, but it was on like a freeway and like a bad freeway, like not like 93, but like a route in New Hampshire type of thing.
Yeah.
And he's
Two
like, it was pitch
lanes, no
black and,
breakdown
big,
lane.
And he's like, and I'd have to get out at 11. I have to drive home, and I'm like, dude, you are a trash person. Like, I love it. Like that's my type of people. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
So I was talking about what they were talking about the football game, and he said that. But whatever. Anyways, doesn't matter. Evan's the man. We had a fucking blast.
Yep.
I'll remember it later. Too many things to remember. Mine's still spinning from the fucking pot.
Oh, it was a great time, man.
You know what I mean? Like we drank a jillion beers. How many beers do you think got
lots of
drank out of
beers.
that place? I'm surprised they didn't run out.
Jesus
Again,
Christ.
I'm not kidding when I say this. I've done weddings, quinceañeras, graduations, retirements, Christmas parties. I've done open bar Christmas parties, and it doesn't even come close to what we made that night. I'm not kidding.
And that's good for the club, right?
It's great for the club. Dude, I walked in there and the guy who runs the place, he was like, great fucking night. Just like that.
Nice.
I was like, all right, cool.
Billy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy's the man.
And shout out to fucking Smitty.
We got to get him something.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm thinking. Where's Smitty live?
Right down the street.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't live in like fucking. I thought he was a Winchester guy.
No, because I was like thinking like we got to get him like a gift card or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen Smitty's stomach. I don't think where it matters where it comes from. He's gonna eat it.
No.
You know.
Yeah. So why don't we get him a gift card to wherever? Find out where he likes to eat.
I will.
We'll just get him whatever he
will.
wants.
And I think I told you a little bit when we were setting up where Fitzy wasn't there. He's got like.
It was my idea to fucking tip Smitty.
Well, I told you.
You're right, you're
I tried
right.
to tell you when I was cleaning up, but you weren't there either. I
Yeah,
couldn't
it
even tell
happens.
you.
Oh, I was talking to Smitty.
Sneak. My mom would say you're being sneaky.
He could use a little fucking pick me up, even if it is a little gift card. or
Absolutely.
something.
Oh, dude, 100%.
Yeah, because but I told you.
And
like,
that's 2
why.
years in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's
Salt of
to
the earth.
do that, dude. That's like taking time out of your life to help us out. Like, so
Right.
yes, he gets a gift card to wherever.
Yeah.
621, wherever he wants to go.
Yep. 621's gonna fucking sponsor us at some point this year.
So,
Imagine.
so I gotta say this real quick. Brian Block, who's coming up he's staying in a hotel for the Patreon party.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'll pick you up at fucking like 1. I'm like, I'll take you. Like, he's like, I want to be from Bellas. I'm like, that's kind of a tall order with everything that's going on.
We'll go to Liberty.
But here's what we're doing. So here's what we're doing. No, fuck that.
Anthony's?
Fuck that.
I know he's doing.
Nope. Here's what we're doing. I'm gonna take him to the IA. He wants to go to the IA.
Okay.
Can you meet us there?
Yeah.
Okay. So he wants to go to the IA, and we're gonna go to the IA and check that out, right?
On Friday?
This is Saturday.
Okay.
What time do you have a game? Do you have a game?
Saturday? No. Saturday's
Okay.
the Patreon party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I'm talking like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, something
Okay.
like that. 1 o'clock.
Yep.
I'm gonna take him on a little garage bar tour. Nate's, Josh's, hopefully Kevin Mars. Then back here we'll start the party type of thing. We'll order food. But I want him to check out the IA. He's like, I want to see the Irish American. Now, the plan is, I already talked to Fonz. Fucking soldier in the streets. Peter Pan himself.
Stock is rising.
Peter Pan. He is going to pick up beefs from Bella's on his way down.
No, he's not.
He's taking an Uber. And I said, we'll pay for your Uber.
Okay.
To go there and then come down. And then like he can pay his own way home, but like we'll pay for his Uber down. It's probably gonna be $50, right?
Yeah.
And he'll pick up beef from Bella's, sauce on the side.
Sauce on the side.
Like we do it so that Brian Block can have a beef.
What a fucking
fucking
gent,
go.
dude.
What a
dude.
fucking gentleman. Like
He's
a
this
fucking
close
gentleman.
to being back on the payroll.
That stock is going
Dude,
up.
I'm telling you
and
right
up.
now, the people's stock who rose so hard this weekend, Fonz,
Yep.
Mark Berry, which Mark Berry's stock's always been 100, so
Yeah,
it's like
Mark-
hard to like
My
Yeah,
cousin
yeah.
Bridget.
Yep.
Bridget. Like,
I mean, like-
but Bridget's stock is like gold bars.
Yeah,
it's like there's no like
She's just the best.
she's the best. And you know what? She stopped my mom at like a thing. She goes, I met this woman. She was talking about the podcast. Loves you. I think she knows Danny. I'm like, oh, it's Bridget. I'm like, that's Bridget. Yeah. Finally got her shirt. I feel like the biggest fraud in the world that took me that long to get her shirt. She's the number one A1.
Yeah.
She's not coming to the party.
Yeah, she told me, I was like, what are you doing? You live down the street.
Yeah, but she's like, I'll come a different day and just hang out and sit in on the podcast.
Yeah.
Which I like. That's good. It's gonna be better. Question. We talk about the Patreon, but like, do we want to do a podcast while people are here?
That's up to you. I don't mind either way.
I'm not against it.
Yeah. I mean, we could kind of bang it out, have them come up. Like, even if we just do it as a little
Quick
Patreon
little hour,
episode.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Have them come up. You know what I mean? So I know everybody's coming. I'm going to put up, all right, last thing I'm doing, right? There's one person, not a Patreon member, who I'm inviting to the party.
Oh boy.
If they decide to show. That person is Dr. Strange. Dr. Strange, if you're around, come by. Buggy's going to pop in. Paul Gentile's going to pop in. We got Mark Fitz is going to come by. Right?
Again, a lot of these
Mark
people
Fitz
are
is
going to meet them. So
Bobby Canandy's going to be here.
Yeah.
Josh is going to be here.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
legends only.
I love this show.
Yeah.
I love this fucking
It's
show.
fucking great.
All right. We had fun, right?
See you on the Patreon.
All right. Peace.